Welcome back to Dark Skies 2077. This is episode 4 entitled Ghosts Yesterday. Last session, this is a continuation of that episode specifically. Um, Letty and her crew began the search for information regarding the Militech Major Stiles' daughter. Um, her um, Not whereabouts. They know where her body is. It's located at the NCPD Precinct 11 morgue. They're not so much looking for her whereabouts, but trying to understand how it came to be that she ended up where she is. And last night, in game, which would be the date of September 9th, 2077, the group started their search by trying to explore a link between Jez, the daughter, and a gang known as the Sinful Atoms. This formed another connection point for some, as there was a very gothic Wednesday Addams looking girl at the Seventh Hell during that kerfuffle. And that was notated by Major Styles in her kind of explanation regarding the gig to Letty. But yeah, that's still going on, and Letty has kind of formed an idea of what her plan for the day is going to be. She's got her itinerary set: 11 a.m., hanging out at Jez's apartment with one gun and one cracker, used as a term for netrunner, not a pejorative, but also yes. That said, their plan is at 11 a.m. But before we get there, early in the morning, I'd say somewhere around 9 o'clock, Valentino drops by Hungry's food truck, which is parked underneath the highway over in the Glen, and hands over a phone to Mac, who passes it to Hungry. And I'm assuming at that point you make a contact to Reggie to get him to kind of come out. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Reggie, you show up. And yeah, you'd recognize Gabby's phone, her agent, from anywhere. She liked to keep it classy. It was, nice kind of sleek, kind of lacquer style black back with kind of gold trim around it. It's definitely her device. And I assume, based on your relationship status, you'd probably have an idea to how to unlock it. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'd reach for it and open it.
Sure. So it's as you remember it. It's not really too different. Background still probably some just cheesy ass picture of you two at some random vacation spot, probably not too far outside of Night City or in Night City. And you would see that there are a couple of messages that are unread. Some of them being from you would note. But a couple of them seem to be coming from a name and contact you're not familiar with, and it looks like the contact was added recently. The contact's name, according to this, is Jez. It's not one that
How do you spell it?
Jezz. And according to the information that's kind of available here in these texts, it seems the two were discussing purchasing an item or discussing a transaction between the two. And it appears that the transaction's final point of meetup was out at the point where her phone was found in the Badlands. Well, not in the Badlands, but kind of near the Badlands, out near the Badlands Dam. Which, if you need a ping on that, I'll go ahead and snap ping us there. Kind of over top Santo Domingo. If you've ever played the game interior, you kind of see like the big dam off in the distance in Santo Domingo. It's that. They kind of met up there.
Cool. I need a car.
Well, you would know that that's where the phone was found by Chino, so it's not going to be a place where you can kind of find it. However, what you'll note too is that Gabby wasn't too dumb. It does look like she had information regarding this Jez Styles and had pulled it up in her notes and had entered it into her agent. It has Jez Styles' address and her other information regarding her associations with Militech and her temporary job currently as a secretary at an office firm, not Militech, but an office firm downtown.
Okay. Where's it at downtown?
Right outside the circle. Snap pinging. Big target.
Do I know anything about Militech's field of operations here? Like what it typically does?
So, real quick, it's kind of a refresher for some of us. But I see you there, Zach. Just tell me when you're going to drop into the video, and I'll get me out of there. But you would know that Militech has security operations in the city proper. They do some work helping NCPD, but at NCPD purview. They are not technically allowed to have any kind of large operations in the city due to the Concord finalized at the end of the Unification War in 2069, 2070, because they are affiliated with the new United States of America, and NorCal as a country is its own separate segment. It's kind of independent country that's separate from the other states. So they're allowed to operate, but they're not allowed to operate, if you get my meaning. Arasaka kind of has carte blanche over most things that happen in Night City, thanks to the city council, mayor, and so on. But yeah, she, if this Jazz Styles has any information regarding Gabby's whereabouts, she did not indicate them in this text chain. It looks like they were trying to perform some transaction related to some sort of brand new video game, and seems to be some sort of brain dance setup. And I'm assuming, just this is a presumption on my part as a DM or as a referee to you as a player, I'm assuming Reggie has probably played some sort of brain dance games and is a dork, because you're a dork. But if that's not true, we can change that. It looks like
No, that's fine.
Gabby was trying to buy this cool new device for you. It's not a device you've ever heard of, but yeah.
Right. Nice. Ouch. Pain.
That's how we got her. Your nerdliness.
Pain.
So you're in the truck with Hungry, or you're in the office with Hungry, whichever Hungry would have.
I mean, I'm probably in the office doing like a reverse lookup on Jez Styles.
Yeah, Jess Styles' information is in the phone already. It looks like Gabby already did that.
Okay. Probably gonna go to her flat or wherever she's at.
Yeah, it also looks like Gabby. She's been pretty resourceful as you've known her, but she used your employee ID from Trauma and logged into Trauma's data fortress, and then pulled Jez's information and saw that was pretty on the level. You can see that she has Jez Styles has a platinum account, exec package for Trauma.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
I tell Mac to shut the truck down. He can take us over there.
I appreciate it.
You ain't gotta go in there alone. I'll watch your six. You've watched mine plenty of times.
Thank you, Hungry. Hopefully this turns something up.
Yeah, sorry Chino couldn't find her. Yeah, this trail kind of runs cold out there at the dam.
I mean, at least we have a name.
As you're closing up and Mac's getting the truck ready for movement, you get a kind of like a smash ping of texts, Hungry, from Padre. You see several images. The first image you see is of a woman kind of standing in an alleyway, kind of a downwards angle at her. She's wearing a very corporate-looking attire. I'll go ahead and yield to Elizabeth to describe her character real quick.
Beautiful brunette, Italian woman. Hair's pulled back, very neat, very polished suit. Yeah.
You see a couple of other images. You would see a Solo you don't know. Brent, go ahead and describe your character real quick.
Razor has long, shaggy purple hair, two nose rings that are like a reddish brownish color. They're like an old style in his right nose. He's a decently built guy, but he's wearing not really like the fanciest thing he's got on is like essentially like a track jacket, and he's carrying a katana and a sniper.
Well, in the image that you're actually looking at, you know how sometimes when you take a picture, or when you take a picture, it kind of shows like a quick GIF of like the images that it took in the flash setup. That's what this image is. It's a motion capture. You'd actually see him moving across a space and then cutting a dude who looks like Uncle Fez across the chest.
Uncle Fester, how
Uncle
dare you?
Fester, sorry,
How dare you?
I apologize. I am not.
How
I'm
dare
not. I'm not a skillful member of
even
the
after
Addams
even after
family.
I made those tokens for you and fucking everything.
You would see a person kind of in the back, probably scrounging about, not trying to get detected. Go ahead and describe your character, Tom.
Despite not trying to be detected, wearing very flashy clothes with again, if there's a similar kind of thing with some motion from when it was taken, probably a nice glowing trail from the LEDs in each of his fingernails. May be able to see hints of a runner bodysuit underneath his urban flash clothes.
Stylistically, the style that this kid is presenting on screen, very much Glenn. I mean, he is very pop, bam, look at me. Valentinos do that with tattoos, and will do that with kind of urban flash wear. But it looks like he's very much just like a street rat who probably rolls either around the Glen or kind of like around the burbs around that area. Then you would also see Guinea, who you recognize, killing Sinful Adams. You would see Asuras, who you recognize, killing Simple Adams. And who was the last one? I forget, my brain's locked out.
It was I don't know his real name. Hero Dragon Slayer.
Oh, Michael.
Michael.
And I don't think you've worked with Michael's
Lamplighter.
character yet, Lamplighter. But he looks like very street, urban flash kind of styling, not bright LEDs or anything. Also, Netrunner bodysuit. Actually looks like really fancy looking one. Like a mask and kind of like flashy looking hair. But this looks like the crew, according to Padre's like note, this looks like this was the crew that rolled in on the Simple Adams, and the woman, you have an image of her. It seems that there's a little bit of information that's sent as well. Biotechnica exec, name, only information pulled Letty, and that's the only information you kind of get regarding this person you're kind of looking out for. That said, trucks glow with rumblies, and it starts heading on down to downtown. Sounds like that's where you're heading.
I
Go
would
check out.
share the images with Dan, asking if he recognized any of the others that I didn't.
Would I know anything?
You haven't rolled with Lamplighter. You haven't rolled with X. You haven't rolled. You know Asuris. You definitely know her. You went on a job together at Seventh Hell. She was at that one. That was Shijo's character, and then you would know. That's it. Yeah. Oh, you would know Guinea. Hell yeah, you would know Guinea. He looks a bit buffer than probably the last time you saw him, but that's him.
Oh, I probably recognize what he got.
Mm-hmm. Muscle and bone lace. You know it. You know it right off the bat. And you know it was done at a trauma center, so you, like... Or no, it was done at not a trauma center is what I meant.
Well, if I would have talked to him about it, I would have encouraged him to go to like a trauma.
He went to Buzzard. You heard about it on the... Hungry, probably.
Buzzard's not bad.
Buzzard's pretty good. And she.
I have lost my notes from the last session, so I don't remember what the girl's name was at the Seventh Hell.
Bev.
Okay.
Yeah, the goth girl was Bev. The nomad-looking guy, the outrider type, nobody got a name on him. But you head on over that way, Elizabeth. I assume that you, since you work right next door, probably just hail a cab. Cabs on this side are not terrible. Most of them at this point in time would probably be, Delamine shift cabs, so not terribly hard to pull one. And I assume that Razor and X will just be meeting you at the location, the address, right?
Yeah, she would have shot him over the address.
Okay. So you head over that way. But before we get there, first things first. Mac, as we've discussed before, is not the most cunning driver. He's got the address. He pulls it up on his agent. He sets his agent in the slot, and he kind of like follows the instructions to the letter. It being kind of early in the morning, traffic isn't terrible, but it does kind of pick up a bit once you get into the city center. And eventually, he finds his way kind of on the wrong side of the road for the address. And like because of the kind of flow of traffic, he kind of realizes that like it's not a good idea to drop you off on this side of the road because you'd have to run across and get potentially splatted. So he ends up kind of going down the full length of the block, turning around and coming back up the way. By this point, like an hour or two have passed since you kind of met in the office way, and he parks the vehicle. As he does so, he parks behind a really nice looking cab, and you watch the door open, and out from the cab steps the woman from the phone. Elizabeth, you step out into the street. Nice city air. You see the opening to the apartment space. It's definitely subpar for your standards, but it's definitely not like Night City average. It still like belongs in the city center. But
it would be nice, but it's not nice.
it's not like Biotechnica Hotel, like
Yeah.
not like charming.
That's the good shit.
But
Oh, that's
there she
cute.
is, almost as if you were fated to run into her.
Well, fuck.
And she, sees a big
Alright.
weird truck and thinks nothing of it because, again, she has no idea who you are. You're not on her radar. Meanwhile, Cam, you are definitely on the job. You are focused and you are in the mindset. I posted in the in-character note that you had gotten some information regarding... You're upside down. You're muted too. You've gotten some information regarding a hot tip regarding cyber activity, a docket that Regina Jones calls Reaper. Not much information besides that, but you do have kind of a note to check out this flat for this person named Jez Styles, who's affiliated with Militech, which could mean that they have... they're the cyber psycho. They're the one that's codename Reaper, but you're not 100% sure. You want to go and speak to her if she's available, or search through her things if she's not. So you're on site. I'm going to ask you, like, where do you think you would be in the process? Still muted.
So all I
There you
know
go.
is to stake out this this site, right? I don't really have much other information.
This is a lead. So the lead is Jez Styles. You don't know if she is the cyber psycho or if she is just someone who has information regarding the cyber psycho. That's what you're kind of do. You're lead chasing here.
So I imagine he's probably set up somewhere across the street or like down the side where he has a line on the apartment entrance.
Okay.
And has just been waiting for her to show up.
So yeah, you wouldn't see her throughout the morning, but 11 o'clock rolls around and a lot of activity kind of stirs up immediately. You're familiar with Regina Jones, and you kind of roll with that crew, so you have an idea a bit more about street stuff. Go ahead and make a Night City, local expert Night City roll. It's under education. Yeah, and it's down at the bottom.
There.
Okay, and then make one more. All right. So you recognize that the Delamain taxi does seem to be dropping off someone of importance here. Who this woman is, you're not sure. But the truck behind her is what actually catches your interest. Regina Jones has been kind of ingratiated in the Fixer crew, kind of cross Night City. She has her friends, and you remember that she has a contact named Hungry. And there's a big truck that says Hungry across the side of it. And it looks like there are three very intent individuals kind of looking out the front window at the woman who just got deposited out of her vehicle.
Does she look like she doesn't look like she's in cyberpsychosis, right?
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, she looks stunning. Probably. I mean, this early in the morning, she's probably hasn't had a whole bunch of like hair pulling agony from the office job, um, and she seems to be kind of like ready to hit the day with some kind of execy kind of things.
Had at least 2 cups of coffee, bright-eyed.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Here we go. And then you'd also see at this point 2 individuals kind of walking up towards her from kind of different vectors, and you would see Tom's character, who we kind of described, and Razor's character, or Brent's character, Razor. So a solo-looking type and kind of a runnery-looking type walking up to meet her, and then flash from that scene out to you guys. I'm assuming that from outside, Cam, you have some sort of audio sensory function, yes? Do you have a cyber audio?
What's that?
Do you have cyber audio?
I have a cyber audio suite, but nothing that enhances the audio. It's a radio communicator.
Okay. So I'd say that it's not like crystal, but you're able to kind of get a little bit of what's being picked up. If you have read lips, you can go ahead and make a read lips roll to pick up everything. But you 3, go ahead and you meet for the first time outside the apartment. Tell me how it goes.
I expect that you got my payment.
I did.
Yeah.
Good.
Do we not start every day on this job with pastries? Is that just a one-time?
I will
Thing.
buy you lunch later.
Oh, okay.
There-
Yeah.
Food truck.
No, okay.
Food truck. Oh no! Go! Do that! It's right about lunchtime. That's perfect.
I mean, I don't think I've been to that one before. Maybe they do have pastries. I don't know.
Razor, it looks familiar to you. The hungry food truck.
I think I've seen it around town.
Well Springs, it shows up there a bit.
Yeah, I don't think I've ate from it, but
Do they have?
Never
Do they have drinks?
I would not know.
Do you want to go check?
We
could
did
check.
talk. We did talk about the per diem. That's what you guys call it. So yeah.
Water's
right.
on over. So for you 3 inside, Mac, Hungry, and Reggie, you're in the truck, kind of looking out, kind of wondering what the next move's going to be. Kind of like, okay, this is weird. And they start walking towards the fucking truck. Well played, Elizabeth. That's really good.
I mean,
It's a food truck. It's right there.
He knows what a food truck is. She probably doesn't eat from it, but
Yeah.
Oh. All right, Reggie. Looks like we're stepping out.
I slide open the back and pop out.
Describe your character to them as you approach.
A very large man, about 350 pounds, 6'6", very large built, but you could tell he's slightly overweight. Despite that, he's wearing really nice fitted dress clothes, very flashy, urban flash, LED lights all throughout the clothing. And he's wearing way too much expensive jewelry. Some of it is probably not so expensive, looks a little cheap, but he's got like 3 or 4 bracelets on, a nice watch, a lot of gold chains around his neck, and one large gold chain around his neck that's the centerpiece that's got a diamond bezel cheeseburger ornament hanging from it.
amazing.
And Reggie, you pop out behind, I'm assuming.
Yeah. He would be basically, I don't know, probably the same size as Hungry.
Height-wise.
But probably he looks like more like Borg wear. Like he looks thick with cybernetic enhancements.
He also looks muscular, not like any sign of.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. He also has like tech hair. He has a shotgun, assault rifle. Doesn't really try to stand out too much.
Real quick.
But yeah, big guy.
Razor, go ahead and make a perception roll. Dan, go ahead and make a perception roll.
21.
Yep. And Zach over in the car, go ahead and make a perception roll. Okay. Yeah. So there's an immediate kind of like flash of like understanding as Reggie steps out and Razor kind of responds to the movement of everybody kind of coming out of the car. Razor, you look at this guy. He steps out of this food truck like a trauma team door gunner coming out. Like just the poise and the motion, but there's like also kind of like a registered kind of like pulled backness. Like he's ready to act, like a tiger ready to pounce, but he's trying to hide that. But you see it. Cam, you also see this from across the street. And Reggie, in response, as you kind of step out, these two intimidating figures, you watch Razor kind of shift his kind of position to kind of stand closer to Letty and kind of like move his arm. So it's not like shooting up towards the sword's handle, but like it's in the most ready position without appearing to be like up on the blade to grab that sword and draw it. So the two of you kind of like, it's like this fighter Super Saiyan kind of like flash of like, we understand each other, we are both murderers, and we see each other as such. And
Noted.
To be very helpful, I think X would probably just kind of reach over and lightly backhand Razor on the chest and say, "This is what I'm talking about. If I'm going to be eating food from a food truck, I want it to be from a big, successful-looking bastard like that guy. That is a man that knows food, knows how to be successful. This is great. Let's go. I'm hungry."
With Razor's perception of 21, you'd also notice like he's wearing like Kevlar, but mostly it's utility Kevlar with like pockets.
You're not wearing Kevlar, you're wearing Armor Jack. Armor Jack is different than
Armor
Kevlar.
Jack, and I have like
Kevlar's garbage.
Well, I have something overlying my
Okay.
armor.
Gotcha.
Basically utility pouches that has like gauze, tourniquets, basically trauma team kits but no meds, basically splints, IV kits, like really simple shit.
That trauma team door gunner is like flaring. Like you definitely have seen this kind of guy before. And usually it's they have bright red lights and stay the fuck away from them kind of situation, but this guy's coming to the back of a food truck. But you definitely see that he is trained. He is competent, and he is as much a killer as you are, if not more.
Also geared.
Yeah, the gear is there too. But Tom, you said, "I'm hungry." Joe, your response?
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Hungry's. You guys, I heard you're hungry. You need a bite to eat.
Yeah, I mean, that's always. What you got? Tacos? What are we doing?
Matt kind of looks at you and like has like a and then kind of moves in the back of the truck, and you see him start switching shit on.
Oh yeah, I don't even need to say it. He knows.
We got lots of different cheeseburgers, hamburgers, veggie burgers. If you're into the stuff like that.
Sounds terrible. The burgers though, yes. You have drinks? I mean, it's what 11. That's should be like 2 or 3 in now.
You see Matt kind of like shuffling through the refrigerator real quick, and he looks over at X, and you kind of see him kind of like looking at you for attention, and he points to the menu behind him, and he points at 3 different drinks, and he says, "We got these in stock right now."
I'm gonna wander over to the open part of the truck where all that stuff is. And
Yep.
see what we got.
Yeah, you can
Order
get a
some.
burger, fries, and looks like a beer.
I'm gonna order the most expensive options.
Okay. So it's like a blue.
Only the finest.
It's like a blue cheese crumble burger.
Oh, damn.
And just so you understand, so we understand Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
no real cheese or
course,
meat is involved here. It's all fucking synth shit. And then the beer in question is actually a home brewed beer, local to the Glen. So you would know it's like a Valentino brew. It's called Heart Thief.
And she's paying for it, just so you know.
There we go. We
Yeah.
got him on the screen. Hell yeah.
And he's not hanging upside down from the rafters to spy on everybody. That's
Can't even get that.
Since Zach has returned, I'm gonna go get a drink, so I'm gonna disappear now.
Okay.
It's
So-
been such a long day.
You see that X kind of moves to shuffle towards the talking to Mac. Reggie and Razor are kind of locked in on each other, and this kind of leaves like this opening for you, Hungry, to kind of like, size up Letty and vice versa. In the meantime, do me a favor, Elizabeth. Can you roll me a D10, just a D10, and then go ahead
just
about your
like-
conversation?
Right.
Yeah. So
One.
as you're kind of looking Hungry up and down, you kind of, and you actually remember stories you've been told and kind of paid attention to during like meetings. You actually know of Hungry. He's a fixer, and he's kind of located in the Glen. So his reputation kind of precedes him because of your low roll there.
All right. You are the owner of this establishment?
Yeah, that's my truck.
I'm glad that it was here. My crew is hungry, apparently. You are hungry, though, yes?
Yeah, that's my name.
It is good to meet you. I have heard a little about you. Not much, but
Oh, I'm surprised Waterme's gotten so high up there, up in the tall buildings and whatnot. Usually my business pertains to us down here on the streets.
you'd be surprised at how much word from the streets reaches the towers. You park here often? I have not seen you around.
Nah, not usually. We got a place we set up on the bridge down in the Glen. It's generally where the truck's located on a day-to-day. I'm here to visit the Seventh Hell over there. I got a mutual business investment with Mr. Wilson that runs the place. I was gonna check up on him, make sure everything's good. We had a pretty nasty scare last week. Someone tried to come in and burn the place down.
Ah, yes. I know a little about this. I've been working on a bit of paperwork for that. What how much are you involved in it?
Well, we were in charge of security for the band that night, and it was my team that ended up taking out the would-be arsonists.
Oh, so you were the ones who saved them, yes?
Yeah. Well, my men that were working for me.
Do you know of any little see, it was who was it? Wednesday, I think it was.
Wednesday
Looking
is not
looking
Bev, right?
wrong.
Wednesday is
No,
Bev, but you would
it is
know
Bev.
she
Okay,
looked
okay.
like Wednesday from the Addams Family, but her real name was Bev.
Yeah, you're talking about Bev, right?
Yes. I was trying to get a bit more information on her in the South Glen yesterday, but no one seemed to want to talk. They want to talk about other things.
Yeah, seems like it wasn't a good day for business.
Can't have a winner every day, can you?
Yeah. Word from way up high in your buildings travels pretty fast out here on the streets, too, and a little dangerous going around taking gangs on, You might make some people nervous doing things like that.
It was not my intention. I was hoping that I could help them while they also help me. I was trying to make sure that none of them possibly fell into the same trap that she did. Uh, it may be that something is spreading, if you catch my drift. I hear that she was killed there, and she may be tied to some Reaper.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. Uh, that runner I know was looking into some things on it. Don't know how much she's been able to find out.
Uh, maybe perhaps I know who this is.
Yeah, it's a service.
Ah, yes. She is a good net runner. Had several yesterday. One is points over to X.
Who's currently just smashing a burger, and Mac's kind of like looking at him like admirably, like
Can I get can I get another?
he's like,
One
"Damn,
more?
this little kid can put it away." Look at him. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." He's cooking up another. It'll be about 2 minutes, boss.
Just enough time.
He looks over at Reggie. You want anything? Literally just locked eyes with fucking Reggie or Razor. Looks at Razor and says, "You want anything?" And then they're they're currently like making out with their eyes, just focus fire.
You guys should have that. Good. I don't know what you two are talking about. Good. Thanks for the per diem.
Just tell me how much I owe
With the
Hi.
when
sex,
you are done.
It's on the house, Mac. Get these guys whatever they want. How much of it they
I'll
want.
take a third. Three.
put that in the bag. Take that home with me, baby. It's hard out here on the streets.
On the house, that is very generous of you, Hungry.
Yeah, I'm a businessman first and foremost. I see a lot of potential in our near futures to maybe do some business together.
I think this may work out quite nicely. You have any more information on this? You called her Bev, yes?
Yeah, Bev.
Do you know anything about they she like makes like this like kind of like almost like throwing up in like when
Her mouth
like a
kind of
stuff
looking.
out like Gomez character he mentioned something she was a collector of video games.
You Gomez from the Adams family.
Yes, he was something.
Gross.
Did they actually admit to her having any ties with their family?
To what family?
The Adams gang.
Bev?
Yeah.
Yes, they said that she was Wednesday and that she gave some game to Lurch character and he was going to copy it. I couldn't get much more. They wanted to strip me naked and leave me out in the street, and then worse came to worse.
I understand. Sometimes you gotta get a little bit more persuasive with people than others. I'll tell you what I know about Bev. I know she didn't normally go around dressing like an Adams family member. If that was a thing she was into, it was only recently, maybe at best. She actually was a corpo type like yourself, worked for Biotechnica. It's interesting to me, we hear the same stories, and from your perspective, you go to the gangs and you start questioning the gangs. But for me, you see, I'd wonder what Biotechnica's trying to cover up.
I can tell you that all that we are trying to do right now, from what I know, at least what I am told, I am not way high up. We are trying to fix our mistakes from yesteryears, always improving, always growing.
Real quick
Yeah.
note. Sorry, just to make sure it's clear. Cam, you're kind of getting some of this, but every so often, like a big ass truck or something kind of passes by, and it's fucking aggravating. Like you're able to kind of
Yeah.
pick up and record a little bit, but like you feel like if you get out of the car and just walk across the street, that's
I imagine after the truck came up, after a minute of like the food truck being there and me not being able to hear what's happening on the other side of that food truck, he would have like clearly gotten up and crossed the street.
Okay. So what I'll note is as you kind of come up onto that side of the street, I need you to go ahead and make me. Bear with me as I try to remember the rules. I've had alcohol. It's the best way to run Cyberpunk for those watching at home. I'm going to say go ahead and make
Pro tip.
be drunk. It's way better. But go ahead and make an evasion roll. It's under fighting.
I didn't know that we had the grudge.
How's that? 17.
Solid. So you kind of watch Reggie and Razor. The R names for fighters. What? Brent's like, I already like your character, Dan. Starts with an R.
It's an intimidating stare, but a loving one as well.
You would note that this random individual, who I'll have you describe here in a second, is kind of rushing across the street, narrowly avoiding cars passing by, and like finally making it to your side of the street. Zach, go ahead and describe Cam.
So Cam is a young, relatively large individual. He looks kind of like a brick of a man, if that makes sense. He's got a solid body and like is clearly very green. He's wearing a nice coat that if you have good eyesight, you might see underneath there's a patch that says News 54. But he's got a big coat on that's kind of covering most of his stuff and a bag on his side that looks maybe like a laptop bag.
You'd also notice the truck he just rushed out of is a News 54 news van.
Well, like telegraphed News 50. He thinks he's smart by putting a coat on over top to hide the fact that he's wearing a News 54 shirt. But there's a big, giant News 54 van across the street. It's the only van that's not moving.
This is the part I was waiting for the most. It's got advertisements because you always use every space available to you for advertising in Night City. What is the name of your show, Zach?
Oh, I work for it's oh god.
What's the name of the cops ripoff show? The Cyber Psychos cop show. Oh, I got him on the spot, you guys. Look at that. That's
Hogwatch. It's Hogwatch.
Hogwatch.
Is what we call it.
So
it's not exclusively my show, but I shoot footage for something called
you see
Hogwatch.
An advertisement for a show called Hogwatch at it's got a primetime slot, and you would see that the person who appears to be on the advertisement is this very Italian-looking man with like a big-ass fucking pistol and like a cyber psycho exploding behind him. That's Gino. That'll be Gino's first presentation. John, if you ever watch this, you're welcome.
I love it.
But yeah, this dude runs across the street, ends up there. So Razor and Reggie would be the first two to see him.
So, like, historically, like, knowing, like, being recorded and stuff and being affiliated with a
It's up to you guys. It's up to you.
Like, is that typically, you come with, like, waivers, or should I, like, make a statement of wanting to be...
Night City's on a NorCal. There are no rules against videotaping people.
That's what I'm like...
Don't need a waiver for you. They can make money off of you.
There's no waiver. There's nothing. Right?
Unless you're in a private place, then they have to actually get some documentation. But otherwise, if you're in Night City, you're filmable.
So there's really not that big of a detriment to running with a guy that's like a media.
Oh yeah, no. And a real quick note: a lot of people kind of in Night City and also in Cyberpunk kind of get this weird mentality of like how the cops and like how law enforcement works in real life versus how it actually works in Night City. So the best way to think of cops is like a gang that has better armaments than most gangs. That's all it is. And I mean, that can kind of be said in like real life also, I guess, and few respects. Not to get too liberal for you guys or anything crazy, but yeah, that's in Night City. Police are very much just thugs who will kind of enforce the law where it benefits them.
Does X see this going on too and figure out what's going on despite
I would say no.
So into the burger? Okay.
Very invested in the burger and also kind of paying attention to this back and forth between the two job setters. Which we're gonna go ahead and snap back to. So the two of you were kind of in mid conversation, and I do apologize. A lot was interjected, and the meat of every other character was kind of just forced in there. And you two, again, high level play. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this back and forth. By the way, continue if you remember where you were at. If not, pick up at a cool new point.
Yeah, that seems like something a Corporal Dog would say. Did you get that in an email? You're doing your best to do whatever.
Just absolutely like trashing her. Alright.
Oh shit! That was literally the best thing that's ever been said. I'm sorry, that was so good, Joe. I gain inspiration for every game you're in.
I'm sorry.
You said that you can't give inspiration for other games.
Shut up! I just did it.
God damn it, Jonathan.
I break my own rules. Okay, sorry, that was really good.
Benefits of DMing while drunk.
Okay, bye, John Dragon's Milk.
Smart. Get him drunker. But he said immediately after saying it, well, you said, Joe, you apologized for it, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean any offense. It's just I've been dealing with your types my whole life. It just seems like something any of them would say. But I think
act like I did not grow up like this.
Oh yeah, where you come from?
Here, Night City. I also grew up in corporate life. I know how it works. I just know what I am told, and I do what I am told. That is business.
Yeah, of course, and I understand that. And like I said, I meant no offense, but I think one thing we could both agree on is that there's probably a lot going on none of us know anything about, way above your head.
As I said, I am not up there. I do as I'm told. I have been told this. This is what I know. I can't speculate any further than that. We try and keep things clean. Cleaner than before, at least.
At what point do we notice the media walking
Now.
up, or do we not? Because I'm not talking about any of this out loud.
So yeah, Cam, you kind of move up. You see Reggie and Razor kind of like move, like kind of like into a probably defensive stance. I'm assuming Reggie sound good, and then at that point, like as kind of like a scene is presented, that's when both Letty and Hungry would kind of like, what the fuck's going on over there? And then you would see that your guns effectively are kind of turning on this rando. Who Letty you actually recognize. I don't doubt in your kind of quiet nightlife you probably picked up a couple of episodes of Hogwatch.
Probably.
To let you know what this show's about, it's cops, but not cops. Instead, it's a group of individuals who are kind of an independent law enforcement agency that are a part of the NCPD that go out and hunt for cyberpsychos and try and correct them instead of just killing them or like destroying them like MacTac does.
Yeah.
They try and kind of take a hold of them and rehabilitate them, and it's kind of like what's that show on Bravo? The intervention show. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that, but for cyberpsychosis.
I really wanted it to be like Dog the Bounty Hunter and some like
mixed with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Jack dude walking up to a cyberpsycho and being like, "Brah,
think
you gotta turn your life around, brah."
Think of the best cop shows you can think of, mixed with that intervention show, and that is literally how Hogwatch works.
Oh my god, I love it.
Of course you would. So that's why you watch it.
Yeah. Well, she also has Ernesto, who
Oh, yeah.
are what?
Your
Cyber psycho.
your cyber psycho boyfriend in the fucking the gulag.
No, that's Benita.
Oh right, the one that died. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, he's dead. He got shot.
He got
She's
maxed
probably
out.
like, yeah. She's probably like, oh, I wish that this had happened for him.
Hmm.
All the things that could have been. And his name's Cam, right?
Well, you don't know his name. Well, sorry,
no.
actually, you would know his
Chloe.
name. Yeah, you would know his name. He probably has
Oh.
appeared on camera before. I don't doubt.
There are instances where there are multiple cameramen following multiple cops when we show up for multiple psychos.
Yeah.
So there are points where the cameramen will cross and you'll see each other's faces during those scenes.
And I'm sure to kind of
But
like,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm sure to kind of like make the show more kind of like human. They kind of have like the perspective, like where it's kind of like they do the office pullaways and they talk to the people who are on the scene. Like, how did you feel in that moment? And you're like, man, that was the craziest thing ever. When that psycho shot out those mantis blades, I was genuinely like, they started thermaling up, and I was absolutely shitting my pants. Like kind of situations where they just kind of like focus on you, the cameraman, like in
They
that
got like
moment.
his name in the bottom right.
Yeah, it says Cam, media expert for M54. Yeah, it's
And then, like, the sub-Chiron says, shit his pants. Is that
Shit
what it says?
Currently wearing new pants.
you know what? Also worthy of inspiration. Go ahead, Tom.
So good.
Elizabeth over here. What the fuck? I'm doing this high level play over here. Fuck is this?
I'm leaving.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is the character I chose to be this time. I'm sorry.
You can take my Friday spot.
Oh no. I mean, this high level play with just this first experience. Imagine this over a full D&D campaign. I can't wait for that shit. Anyway, continue. Sorry. Cam runs up.
Hey, sorry, man, bro. Hold on. All right. Sorry. I usually let the fucking cop do the talking, man. I don't know if you know like me or anything, and he's gonna like pull back the jacket to like show the News 54 patch. I'm like, I'm a news guy, man. You know.
You are
So
Cam.
like, yeah, you fucking seen Hogwatch?
Absolutely.
Dude, fuck yeah, you watched the fucking episode we just put out last night? That fucker was crazy.
I was so busy, but I did record it. I am
Oh,
going to watch it tonight.
Gino's still fucking wrapped up. We shot that thing 3 days ago. That fucker still hasn't gotten out of bed. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyway.
I hope that he heals up soon.
He'll swing around. He'll
Yeah,
swing around.
John.
He's a tough motherfucker.
I hope he heals up soon. Continue. Sorry.
So you fucking know I'm here, right? Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Food truck? Food good?
It's good.
It's
Hey,
good. Excellent.
Do you use that camera for other things?
I mean, I can. I'm open. I'm open to discussion. I can get you my card. We'll talk.
Yeah, I might have some ideas later.
Oh, I'm always open to ideas, brother. We want to start a new fucking show. You, me, baby. I got you. I got time. But the food. What's good?
Matt kind of looks at you and says, I just made this third one for him, and it's kind of sliding it over to you, but if you want it...
I can wait for a fourth. You got enough to make a fourth?
Yeah. We got plenty. We
Yeah,
got plenty.
brother. Let's do this.
Just stocked up for the day. Looks over at Hungry. Like, this guy paying, or like, he doesn't know what's going on. Max needs to be told what to do.
Just cost double for rats.
He says,
And you are? He like reaches out a hand, like big fucking smile on his face.
I'm hungry.
Oh, there's a food truck, right?
It says hungry on the food truck, bro.
You didn't read it. Come on.
He can't read.
You think Cam reads signs?
It's all about the
Did
video.
you say that he has like 2 intelligence?
Yeah, oh yeah, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, that's my
He is
truck.
a cameraman. He is
Oh.
not a reporter. They're very different.
This might be the best episode. Sorry, continue.
Not to disparage cameramen. There are very smart cameramen out there. This
Just
one.
not this one.
This one.
No.
Yeah.
Not this one.
This one probably wouldn't be able to like use the camera if it wasn't implanted, or like, is that what we're?
God damn it.
Well then.
This is top tier play. Sorry.
So while we're waiting on that, so I got a tip. You seen some cyber psycho activity, some fucking shoot 'em up thing happen the other day, or yeah? No, am I making shit up? They give me some bad tips
Me?
every now and then. Yeah, he turned back to you after he ordered the food. All right, hungry in the food truck. He's like over it. ADHD dumb.
I have not seen Cyber Psycho in person for quite a bit.
Nah, man, nothing. You got no
Nothing
plans
but-
to go like find
I-
ones or?
I mean, there is things been happening around Night City as usual.
Can I get a statement on that?
I don't know how useful or entertaining it will be.
Hey man, I don't make those fucking choices. I just send the fucking footage off and some other asshole cuts it together. I mean, if you want to be on the show in a couple of days, like I can ask some questions, we can fucking record this, or like, I mean, honestly, they just use the most interesting shit. So like, if you ain't doing any interesting shit, that's fine. I'll go find some interesting shit to fucking shoot. But like, I mean, I heard that you did some interesting shit the other day, and it seems like these fuckers are gonna do some interesting shit with you. Is the hungry guy gonna do some interesting shit too?
Mac in the car says, "Order up," and he kind of hands it over to you, Cam, and he says, "What the fuck are you even doing here? You just randomly fucking just show up at random places?" He says, and he kind of hands the food over and kind of like gives you like a scratch on his head.
Yeah, I mean,
What
when
kind
I
of
ain't
look?
doing any other shit, man. This is looking. Sometimes I'm just doing whatever. Like, I don't have
Living his
things
best
to do.
life,
so I
man.
just
Come on.
show up some places to follow up on a tip. If it
All
turns
right.
out to be bullshit, it turns out to be bullshit. That's why they sent me.
Hungry, you get this look from Mac like, what the fuck are all these people doing here at the same time? Like, kind of confused face look for Mac. And you kind of recognize it. He kind of like starts shutting the truck down though after everybody's got all their food though.
But X will kind of look at Letty and kind of gesture over at Cam, like, "Do you want me to do something about this? Distract him?
Get rid of him.
No.
Or gesture towards Reggie on that, or Razor on that one.
Or Reggie. We got 2 guns now. No. We are here to look at an apartment.
Yeah, you guys have shows like that sometimes, right? Like that where they see an apartment, and then they what's the word? Remodel.
Yeah, there's one that's called House Burners where they exclusively do it through arson. It's fucking awesome, dude.
There's a lot of that going around.
And it's really fucking cool because they do it in apartments sometimes, so
Yeah.
it's hard to like not burn the whole fucking building down.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna piss myself. Holy shit! Keep going. Please don't stop.
Yeah, so like, I mean, if you want to try something else, they haven't tried like flood damage yet. I don't know what that'll fucking do to a house, but there's got to be remodeling after that, right?
Have you guys done one where like it's remodeled through like a party that gets out of control? Because man, that's what I wanted to talk to you about with that camera. Like,
got it.
Man,
So we
they
do
are
big
some
party, and then episode like 2 is like clean up from the party. Episode 3, we do like a planning design phase. We bring in some architects. We like lay it out with a couple of different designs, and then like episode 4, 5, we're building. Episode 6 is the big fucking reveal. It's a mini series. I'm on board.
Episode 7's the whole party again. You got to restart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
We'll do the same fucking apartment every time if we do it that way.
Yeah,
this guy's got
yeah.
ideas. We don't even need to buy any fucking place. We'll
Like-
save money on the leases.
I know
There
a
you go.
bunch of places. I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not even interested after that first episode. That's really my section. Like, do you guys
That's
have
fair.
like
We get other
content
guys to do the
limitations? I mean,
fucking
I know
other
Night
parts. I
City's
don't
kind of out of control. I don't know about Channel
I
54.
got
Is there
some
like
producers we can
limitations?
talk to for
Oh,
sure,
all right.
for sure.
Because man,
Is this the apartment we're going to look at? Is that what we're doing?
I don't.
We're looking at a fucking apartment in flood? I'll go look at a
Burn
fucking
the
apartment. I got
fucking
time.
apartment down.
Oh god! What the fuck? How did this happen? Keep going, keep going. Oh,
I mean, no. But this isn't going to be the pilot episode. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm mostly here just for the free food.
Holy shit.
Oh shit, this shit was fucking free?
It was for me. I don't think it is for you.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes
got
sense.
here late.
Mac
Yeah, I
will tell
got
you
it,
it says double.
It's
Yeah,
worth
right,
it though.
right,
It's
right.
good.
For the fucking rat. Right. Yeah.
I mean, I've been called worse. Don't worry about it. But
Oh, of course.
yeah, I mean, like, later
should I
tonight-
just send it? Oh, fuck, the fucking truck is named Hungry? You fucking...
yeah,
Why
it's
didn't you fucking
his
say
truck.
your fucking name was the fucking truck? This is...
Oh my god. I have piss in my lap. Not really. But holy
Yeah, that's my truck.
Oh, fuck, man. All right, I'll pay double. You want good tip, too? This guy fucking slaps. That food was fucking awesome.
appreciate it, Max says.
Yeah, Mac's one of the best. I got a lot of good people working for me that are some of the best.
Fuck yeah, dude. You gotta surround yourself with the fucking good people, bro. That's why I got my Gino boy. I mean, when he's not being a lazy asshole sleeping all fucking day.
So what's this tip that you're following up?
I heard there was like a couple of days ago. Hold up. He pulls out his laptop, opens up the screen, and just like pulls up the tip from N54.
It's literally
Just like
it's literally just documentation on Riot, the arsony at Riot, and also the your job at the Seventh Hell. It's literally just like N54 news. Like if you've ever been on like Fox News, unfortunately, it's kind of like a layout, like one of their news posts would be on that, but in a screen sheet format. So good.
that's all I got. But like, it might be fucking something. It might be fucking nothing. I don't fucking know. You fucking know, Hungry?
Nah, none of that looks familiar to me.
Fuck.
You
Alright.
got the burger, and I mean, we're gonna party, right?
Sorry, real quick, Hungry. Go ahead and actually, no check needed. Since he's kind of showing you his laptop, you would actually see that there's kind of like a side note, and it looks like the note in question says, "Possible cyber psycho Jez Styles located address da 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 da." It's kind of like just out there on the side, and it's literally all the information regarding Jez Styles that you saw Reggie kind of pull off of the phone when Gabby had basically pulled that information, but it says at the top, possible cyber psycho. This is on Cam's laptop that you're looking at.
All right, noted. I'd still say the same
You
thing.
know, why do people just gotta show up when we're in the middle of talking about things? You know,
I mean, I could the the food, the smell, travels. People got the cybernetics in their noses.
Yeah, I
It's,
mean, to be fair, I was kind of fucking watching the whole time, but like couldn't see when the fucking truck pulled up, so that's why I had to like get fucking closer. If I didn't mean to like interrupt your
I saw what
conversation.
was
If you
on
need
your
me to like go
laptop.
back in the what's that?
What are you looking at regarding styles?
Styles. Oh, this thing? I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. Hold on. And he like pulls it up, like blows it up bigger and shows it to you.
Possible,
That means shit to you?
possible cyber psycho, Jessica or Jez Styles. Located address where you're at, apartment number, exactly what it is. Investigate possible lead. See if you can contact Jez Styles. Contact regarding cyberpsychosis related to riot arsony.
You can come with me, but I need you to censor my face. And
Yo, dude,
this
I'm gonna
guy.
be fucking honest with you. I don't do the fucking editing, but when we go inside the apartment, I'll just not shoot your face. Is that fair?
Actually, real quick
That's
note:
cool.
you probably have 5 on hand in your truck, devices that actually blur for your camera.
Oh shit. Then yeah, absolutely. I'll give him those because, like I said, I don't do editing. But like, if you want one of those,
Yeah.
absolutely, I'll hand you one of those, and I will even like sign a waiver, and you'll sign a waiver that like says we're in agreement that like we will not use any footage specifically of
Can I
your
keep
face
this?
or facial reason. Yes, you get a copy. I get a copy. You also it can give me
The
an
face-
address, and I can send you a digital copy. Like it's boilerplate stuff. If like somebody wants to be kept off camera, I imagine
The face
we have
blur,
that set up.
the face blur wreaths that he's going to hand to anybody who wants to have their face blurred. Don't blur your face for other cameras. They blur them for his camera.
Yeah, I
So
probably
my
need them back.
footage will not, pick up on that.
It's
I-
a
Cool.
I
auto
probably
blur.
need one of those because there might be some let's call them entanglements that may not like me. You know, sometimes those parties get a little out of hand. Some feelings get hurt. Yeah.
I mean, we don't fucking live stream, bro. If
Oh,
that's
alright,
what you're
alright.
worried
No,
about.
alright, yeah.
It's everything gets sent off at the end of the day and then cut together and like sent out for like a final review from producers, and then we put it up. It's like a 3-day fucking process, dude. We've already and we have like 6 extra like backup canned episodes in case we don't get enough footage to fucking cover a week. So like you're fucking good, bro. We don't have to worry about people like
you know,
showing up while I'm shooting if that's
alright,
your concern. And like if you want to make some fucking money on some reality TV in a couple of years, this is the way you get your fucking stuff.
I know.
That's what I'm fucking
Just-
saying.
I mean, there was this girl, and let me tell you, man, there was a guy.
man.
You know what? Just
Once some other girls see this shit,
That's
you won't have to
that's what
worry
our
about
pilot's
numbers.
about.
You
That's
fucking
going to
know
be
it.
that pilot. Yeah.
I love
All right.
and hate Cam at the same time.
How else do you play a media?
How else do you play a media? That's a great question. But yeah, focusing back in on it. So Hungry and Letty, you kind of have a mentality that this apartment is definitely a place you want to investigate. It definitely is going to be the case that you're each going to pull your individual guns, and in Letty's case, you'll be pulling your runner just in case. This individual who's wandered up also has information regarding the apartment and seems to be interested in it, and might be able to assist in the investigation therein, and also pull information regarding the, let's call it, job, to put it forward to a more open visibility. Now, whether or not the fixer and the exec want this to be visible is entirely something you need to negotiate in your own individual heads or out loud amongst yourselves. But at this point, like, I don't see if there's anything that's stopping the group kind of advancing into the apartment and investigating. But again, I will leave that to you as a group to determine whether or not this is the time where you kind of want to wind it to the point where you're moving upstairs.
Hungry would say under his breath, "God damn it, Reggie," and reluctantly go in. But for the first time ever, he's starting to lose his composure. I
I'd
don't like.
hand
Cameras.
one of the halos or one of the things for the camera.
The wreath.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wreath, yeah.
Who else wants one? He's a total of 5. Looks like
I got too
Eggs
many X's.
would like a hand on a wreath. Anybody else want a wreath that blurs your identity?
No, I'm good. My mom might watch that show. IBTV famous for my mother.
All right. Cool. Trying to build a media personality.
And
Good.
also, whenever Hungry goes to put one on, Razor's gonna be like, your jewelry is kind of very noticeable though. Like I feel like that's something I haven't seen anybody else wear.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of going in there and being recorded, but I'm helping a friend.
I'm
Understandable.
gonna be honest with you, dude. You ever seen the fucking show? Like, really? You ever fucking seen the show?
I've seen a few episodes, yeah.
How often you see fucking faces? How it's fucking shots and it's blood and it's fucking explosions. That asshole cuts everything, so it's like a fucking shaky cam from those like old early 2000s movies.
Just do your best to not even point the damn thing at me.
I got you. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be following this one if I'm gonna be honest with you, if that's okay with you. He's
Who are you
looking at you,
gesturing?
Letty.
Buddy.
As long as you are
Oh, it's
I was gonna say
respectful.
maybe-
Don't you worry. It's respectful. I feel like, if you're a fan of the show, you want to see yourself on the show, So I'll be like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I usually just like follow one person, you know what I mean? Like kind of an over the shoulder, like behind, around, and like I'm there. I got an extra gun usually over that shoulder too. So like, you fucking feel me?
I'm a third hand and an extra eye.
That's all I am. That's what I do.
Certainly not a second brain.
Absolutely not that.
I am a minus
Damn,
modifier.
That's a negative. I'll actually make you feel stupid.
You want to make
Or-
poor choices? Put me behind you.
can't even feel smarter around him. No, that sounds good. I'm mostly worried about my company looking good.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We got some fucking dope musicians that are gonna compose the shit out of this thing. It's
You would-
all about. That's the thing these people don't fucking understand. It's all about the fucking music that goes underneath it. I can shoot whatever I fucking want. If they don't cut it right, they don't fucking edit it right, they don't put it up there right.
So
It ain't my fault.
No,
Oh, I'm gonna do my best to make us all look fucking good.
Not too
You
far,
fucking feel
yeah.
me?
good. Well, let's.
I'm gonna start
let's
hoofing
go,
it towards
no.
the flat.
okay, Elizabeth, you would know that Biotechnica has an agreement with the N54. That news kind of moved through them after the debacle with
Yeah.
Securicrin. So you would know that when it comes to any footage that will be released regarding you as a representative of Biotechnica, it'll be cleared by Biotechnica directors before it gets
Right.
out into the open, even if he says otherwise.
Mhm. Perfect.
So, that said, Reggie kind of starts hoofing it in, Hungry as well. The group as a whole kind of moves in. I'm assuming Cam close to Letty, and Razor close to Letty, and kind of Reggie and Hungry kind of leading the pack. As you make your way inside, you come to the front desk. Front desk representative says, hello, I've been standing out there for a while. Can I help you with anything? Just a gentleman kind of standing behind the counter. Nice looking suit.
Yes, I am trying to find friend's apartment.
Name?
Jez Styles.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, we got a call about that earlier today. Yeah, not a problem. It's on floor 5. It's apartment number 13.
Ah,
On floor
perfect.
513.
513. Perfect. Elevators working?
Yeah, you got an agent?
Yes.
Points at the terminal in front of him. Tap it here. Give you temporary access.
Perfect. Thank you. Taps it. And...
Okay. You actually see that he pulls your ID at the same time, looks at his computer. Okay. Absolutely, Violetta. Not a problem. Go ahead and make your way upstairs.
Thank you. And then leads the pack to
I
the
would follow.
elevators and go.
Yep. Hungry and Reggie kind of, keeping towards the front. But as you kind of board onto the elevator, the doors shut in front of you. kind of a quiet elevator music starts playing. Everyone's kind of tensely kind of situated inside the elevator. Cam directly behind Letty, but everybody else kind of mustered within. The doors open hallway. Left and right side are glass walls, and beyond the glass walls are these kind of really pretty garden spaces. It looks like about 20 feet ahead, there's a door on the left and a door on the right. And kind of moving through this hallway, you can see that each one of them is numbered 1 on the left, 2 on the right, and interpaced throughout. And eventually you find number 13.
All right. Shall we go in, boys?
Any signs of forced entry on the door?
None.
Is it unlocked?
It is not.
Any signs of mail? Does it say it's not past due?
Nope. No
Nothing.
past due notices. It probably would have been mentioned at the point of entry that the individual who was renting was currently under duress from the front desk, if that was a thing worth noting. Because they might have asked you to pay them to be able to see the apartment. Not uncommon in Night City.
Yeah.
But the door doesn't look like it's been forced in any way. You would see that it does have a camera kind of settled at the top portion, and on the left side it has a small terminal. If you're familiar with Night City in Cyberpunk 2077, it's a touch display that also has a camera reader on it as well, which allows kind of like a request for access. If you have electronic security trained, you know that there's a way to kind of finagle it to kind of cause it to open from the other side. If you'd like to make an electronic security roll and try and tamper with it, you can.
Yeah. I think this is probably my wheelhouse.
I thought he gave Letty temporary access.
Temporary access to enter into the space, not temporary access to enter
gotcha.
the apartment.
Gotcha. My bad.
Yeah. Also,
23?
she'll knock first. Just.
Yeah. So you knock, and as you're knocking, you see X kind of like pulling out tools and kind of getting like his cyber deck ready, kind of like connecting to the port with interface plugs, kind of looking up at you. You knock again, and then that's when X kind of starts tapping away at the cyber deck. Do you cyber deck on the left arm, or do you cyber deck on the right arm? Where do you kind of keep your deck?
On the left arm.
Okay, so it's just tapping away at the cyber deck. And as you're kind of about ready to go for the third knock, you see X kind of like look at you and go, and the door opens in front of you. As you look into the space, you see that there's a hardwood floor kind of in front of you. Let me go ahead and drag and drop some people onto the space here. We got
That
Hungry.
hopefully covers the burgers and the drinks.
Oh, this motherfucker always angling. Okay, we love that. We'd love to see that.
I'm ready my shotgun.
Okay, shotgun up. I'm assuming you're moving in first, and Razor likewise.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my katana out.
And I think I think Hungry and Letty will probably be the last ones to enter, just because you're paying these people. You might as well let them go first, right? And Cam, you don't fucking know him, so let him splat. It's fine, right? Fucking random.
I mean, we know.
Cam will fucking walk in there first if you want him to.
Yeah, he doesn't know any better.
He is way too green to know better.
Gotta get that sweet interior shot. Yeah.
Yeah, you got that sweet that DIY channel kind of fucking deal.
First look.
So as you enter into the space, you would see that there's a hardwood floor kind of present on the ground in front of you. You would know that it's probably composite. Looks like there's like a small little lift with pink neon lights on the left side. Looks like there's a kitchen space that's been kind of ad hoc entered into that area. Looks like there's a dryer, a washer, and a refrigerator unit. And kind of a different kind of amalgam of personal effects in that area. To the right, immediately, there's an open door. Looks like it enters into a room that's kind of buzzing with a bit of electronic sounds. I would say X would probably recognize this as kind of like a server room or some sort of data fortress location. Beautiful leather couches out in the front. Looks like a pizza box with pizza kind of out, and you can smell that it's kind of past its age. But I will say that food in this regard, specifically Bucka Slice, which is the pizza that's on the table, it's more like a McDonald's food. It doesn't really rot. There's not like growth on it or anything crazy. It's probably been here for a week or two, but it's still like it smells a bit off, but it absolutely looks palatable.
It's just stale.
It's lost a little bit of its color.
Correct.
Yeah.
You would
It's
see.
a little dry.
You would see
Put
that,
it in the microwave with a cup of water.
and it would. You would see that there are a couple of other doors, access points. Letty, you would have kind of an idea of the floor plan, and it looks
Yeah.
like at the far side there is a really nice looking couch arrangement, and directly above that couch arrangement is a brain dance unit. So it's kind of like a terminal with holographic displays around it, and you'd see that there's a wreath set out on the table in the front. And a wreath is a device you put on your head, and it kind of augments your vision and audio and olfactory senses, so that you enter into braindance reality. But looks like there's other electronics all throughout. The space looks very well kept compared to probably some of your current abodes. Yeah, door to the right, door to the left, couple doors south of you there. However you'd like to engage the space, feel free.
Am I
X
supposed to
will-
be able to see?
Oh, can you not?
I cannot.
1 second here.
I'm gonna go look for like a computer or personal.
How about now?
Like-
Yeah, now I got vision. Thank you.
No problem.
X will gesture over towards where the electronic buzzing is coming from. Like, you want me to see what maybe last time
Yeah,
anything was
please.
touched?
And
Sorry.
anything attention to Gabby.
Gabby?
I'm not interjecting. Feel free to continue your role play.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's paying me. I mean, I can obviously be bought. I mean,
Who
those
is
burgers. I mean,
Gabby?
Is
Gabby.
there a computer in this apartment?
Not in a traditional sense that you would understand, no.
am I in the room where the server stuff is that happens to look like a closet on this map, John?
Yeah, if you pop virtuality, you would note that there are access points all throughout the house.
Yeah. I've got
basically,
the
any point
cyber
that's
eyes and stuff.
any point that's orange is an access point. If you do a quick scan, and also the server room seems to be just ignited with Data Fortress kind of terminality. There is a computer terminal in the traditional sense, kind of present in this room.
Mhm.
Gabriela Lopez is a missing person of interest. If you find anything about her, I'll pay you for it.
That's all I needed to hear.
Connected to this then?
Yeah, somehow. Last seen out in what is the Badlands with this Jed Styles person.
Ah, so she knew Jazz and how
They were
does she
corresponding. Want to
She
look at
what?
further messages.
You're looking for their messages?
Yeah, they were
Ah.
corresponding.
What were they corresponding about?
That's what I want to know.
Ah, I see. I will take a look.
I will start connecting to.
Okay, go ahead and make an interface roll because you'll have to connect with it kind of thoroughly. It's DC, our DV is 9, so you need a 10 or better to succeed. Okay, in your first attempt, you're kind of trying to plug and play, and you're realizing that's not really working. You see that the terminal does have some access kind of available to it that doesn't require you to kind of enter into the net architecture that's present in the space. And you can see that it looks like the emails have been left open.
All right, we'll start with that then.
Okay.
Not
The
having to.
Top
Get
email in the sent portion is to an individual whose handle is Wednesday, And apparently, it looks like the person's name, according to what you can figure, is Bev. And it looks like it says, yeah, I'll go ahead and get that wreath over to you as soon as possible. I just got it duped by my friend. No issue. We should be able to get that to you in a couple of hours.
And I'll convey the date and that info to.
Only one message that's unread, if you're kind of
Mhm.
looking at this in document, and it's from an individual named Lurch. And it says, "Hey, Jez, I was able to go ahead and dupe that program. Wasn't a big problem. There was a bit of a hiccup at the beginning, but I was able to sort it out pretty quick. I've went ahead and sent over a copy to Bev. Hopefully she enjoys it as much as I have. Signed, Lurch."
I'll convey that and those dates to Reggie and Hungry to see if that matches up with any of the stuff they were talking about as far as timing goes.
And regarding virtuality and interface, if
Yeah.
you want, you do see that there are interface ports. If you have interface plugs, you can connect physically, and it'll actually increase or lower rather the DV of the check to get into the system.
Yeah, you guys got things under control out there? Not gonna
I think
be
we
any-
are fine.
any surprises?
Not yet.
Alright, well.
Yo, dude, she's got a fucking triplets album. I didn't fucking know anyone else fucking listened to the fucking triplets. You fucking see this? She's got a fucking triplets album.
You'd also see that there are a couple of other like albums lists are like on her offering there. The strange thing is you notice that a lot of the music here is very old timey, pretty strange, like 2020s like music. You see a couple of albums from Haggis Head, Samurai, other bands from like the 2020s, and so that's kind of like weird. But yeah, triplets are probably more recent, 2050s, 2060s, but relatively old, I would say. But still also on offer. And another one that's really kind of dated from the 2040s is a band called Trick Shot. It's kind of poppy, kind of like Korean pop.
Perhaps like twice?
Quite a bit like 2NE1, actually.
Okay.
This is a deep reference to the older Darks guys.
Yeah.
I got an 8 on my physical.
Nailed it.
Connector.
So you would enter into the first floor of the net architecture. So that password clears you into the first floor. You'd be able to see that this net architecture that you're entering into has a total of 7 floors. You'd also note that it appears to have a free-floating demon installed.
Oh boy.
And as you enter into that space, bear with me here.
We're gonna have to kill X. Okay.
You would watch as around the brain dance display in the center over the couch, 4 orifices form on the ceiling, kind of just irises kind of opening up, and then out from them drop mini drones. The mini drones turn their attentions with laser lights towards the nearest operatives, which would be Letty, primarily, Cam, and Reggie. And as they kind of drop, they kind of and move their weapons towards you in kind of an offensive posture. Everybody needs to go ahead and roll initiative. And
I get my combat awareness first.
Yeah, so real quick, for both of the solos, I need to know what you're wanting to shift your combat awareness to before we get into the combat.
Mine's for sure gonna be
Initiative reaction.
Okay.
yeah. I want to put all 4 of mine into initiative reaction.
Okay. All right, everybody rolled? Who am I missing? I got 5. I need one more.
Reggie's didn't roll on the.
You just like to
Oh.
soak in. It's cool.
Yeah.
And turn. And what'd you get on your result, Reggie?
20.
All right. Reggie, you're first on the docket. They all kind of move their weapons. The one on the far left is kind of trained on you. The other three seem to be trained on Cam and Letty as they drop from the ceiling and kind of hover for a second, deploy submachine gun Gatling cannons, and kind of turn their attentions towards their individual targets.
So I'll move forward one, like in part of my movement.
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun ready, and I'm gonna shoot at. So this range, how is this converted, like for distance?
So it should be automatically handled through tracking. This is 10 meters. So each square is 2 meters.
Okay. So shotgun 10 meters into this one.
Okay, take the shot. So you go ahead and pull the trigger on that shotgun. And you're using slug, yes?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it looks like so. So yeah, 23 to hit, difficulty value at 10 meters. You needed a 15, nailed it, so it'll deal 11 damage. So as you kind of drop low, put the gun to hip fire, shotgun shot up, it kind of clips the vehicle like side of it, causes it to spiral to the side of it, and just kind of wobble in the air, but doesn't knock it completely skyward. All right. Reggie,
I'll continue my movement.
go ahead. Shuffling into the corner, kind of hustling into the door frame. As you're kind of connected to the port X, kind of look over to the right and see Reggie kind of take a defensive posture, shotgun up. Kind of realize that shit has kind of gone south. You'd also start seeing a red ping in the levels. So this is the way I want you to imagine it. There are a total of like 7 like lines, kind of like rows, kind of set up before you as you're looking at the virtuality. The first one is unlocked. You've broken it with password, and you can at any point move through these at your will or at your leisure during your turn. But you're seeing that on floor 5 and floor 4 and floor 3, the kind of center floors, there are bright red pingings that are kind of flaring in those levels for some reason. This typically refers to like a control node being activated. All right, Reggie, done. Razor, you're up.
And I want to clarify, I'm posturing in a way that's defending.
Yeah, you're kind of pulling back and kind of Metal Gear Soliding against the wall. Yeah. You're in a defensive cover posture. Understood. Cam. Or not Cam, sorry. Razor. I accidentally hit the button to pass.
You're good. I'm going to definitely move to in front of the person who's paying me.
And sword out.
Yep, I'm going to be attacking this photo out here. Anyone to hit?
That'll work. Actually, sorry. They roll evasion. Hold on. Bear with me.
17 is the second hit.
Fighting. Evasion 1 and 2.
Both hit.
Yeah, both hit.
So I do 9 damage on the first one and 15 on the second.
All right, so 9 will be reduced by 2, so 7. And you said 15 on the second?
Yep.
Will be reduced by 3, so 12. Okay. Negative 19 total. Okay. So as you kind of move before Letty, you kind of bring the sword cut, trying to clip its like hydros or the AV kind of units on the side. And as you kind of cleave into the first one, it kind of causes it to lose balance and shift to the side. And as you kind of cut into the other one, it actually balances it out a bit. You're hoping to cause it to fall out of the sky entirely, but it's still kind of like sputtering, smoking, kind of hovering in the air in front of you. All right, now it goes to Cam.
Cool. So Cam is gonna step up, look to Letty because she's probably the only person who cares, and says, "Want to see my new toy?" Snaps his arm, and a bulletproof shield pops out.
Kind of halted in front of him and Letty. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So it kind of, it's kind of spiraling, like I said, locked onto Cam, that one there. So it'll actually just kind of focus in on the shield and start blaring its weapon directly into the shield. Bear with me here. Yeah, so as it starts firing, you kind of drop the shield and kind of duck low, and Letty's kind of right behind you. It starts firing, but it's at this kind of weird oscillation because of the loss in balance, that when it starts shooting, like it displays this and more, so the gun starts kind of firing up, down to the sides, and only a couple kind of hit the shield, but not enough to actually like puncture or damage the shield's integrity, and most of the bullets kind of scatter off to the sides, not hitting anything. One kind of narrowly misses Razor, but like he's so combat focused on the thing, like he knows it's not actually shooting at him. But yeah, it just kind of wildly spirals out that way. The drone here will kind of turn its attention towards Letty. This one kind of zooms very quickly and kind of moves straight directly, kind of like sidelong, and then once it's kind of broadside, turns to face Reggie and kind of reacclimates its lock and kind of lets out a mechanical sound as it finds the target. This one here will also be firing towards Letty, but Razor's kind of integrated in between, so it'll actually be bulleting through him. So shot at Reggie. Or not Reggie, Razor. Reggie's not getting shot at. And then shot at Letty, but with Cam in the way. These will also miss. So a lot of fire is being kind of shot out, but it seems like a lot of targeting is not being kind of laid in at current. It's just kind of spiraling bullets across the floor. Letty, for you, this is aggravating because the console behind you and the terminal behind you are getting absolutely evaporated in the fire, like just destroying what you would consider possible evidence. So this, what appears to be a cyber deck, this console here and this interface point have just been obliterated by gunfire.
Fuck.
All right. Next up is Hungry. Yeah, man. You're hanging out in the kitchen. You're kind of seeing the shit happen. You got, pretty decent cover space behind the counter.
Goes to the front door, opens front door, walks out front door, closes it. Fixer out.
Good luck, guys.
I think I can do that.
If that's what you want to do. Do you want to do that?
No, I want to pull my pistols out and shoot at this drone that's attacking Reggie.
So something we worked with on last session, I just want to make sure it's clear. Are your pistols concealed or are they kind of readily available, visible?
They are concealed.
Okay, so it'll be an action to draw your pistols, but you can do both at the same time.
Yeah, I want to draw them both then.
Okay. Cool.
And you only get the one action, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah, I pull my pistols out.
All right. Hungry, good move. And you can also move into cover, like behind the counter if you want to as well. Yep, kind of just shift behind the cover.
That's counter.
There's a bar. Yeah, kind of ducking low. Like, it's kind of like, you're not getting that far behind it because you're a big lad. But, like, it's gonna have to cut through some, counter to get to you.
Cover.
So X, we're out of meat space. We are in net space. So you have 3 actions, I believe, with a interface of 4 that you can operate during. So if you've explored the options that are available to you, I have the net architecture sitting in front of me. There are 7 total levels. How do you want to move through it?
Before going any deeper in, just to clarify, I do have armor as one of the programs on my net deck, and that can stay active until it takes the damage to...
Correct. You have to activate it as an action, though, as a cyber action.
Totally fine. Gonna do that.
Okay. Armor up. That's one action.
And then as far as what... Do I need to spend an action to search this level for any kind of information? Or
so you would already know this level is just password protected. You've entered into the space. Okay. The only thing that was present is that interface password break.
Okay. Then I will probably move down another level. Okay.
On the second level, you would realize that you are not alone. There is a Black Ice program on here. It's a Raven program, anti-personnel Black Ice program. So for you, basically, as you're kind of like moving through the cyberspace, you kind of shift the level, and this kind of augmented reality becomes a space where you see kind of like this very demonic-looking raven AI kind of appear in front of you, and it's not doing anything to you yet. You still have one more action after this that you can take, but the anti-personnel black ice is present on this level. You would know that this program is capable of derezzing a single defender program that an enemy netrunner has on offer at random, so it'll probably be able to kind of scoop your armor program without issue.
Okay.
And
I'm
also,
assuming.
Also, this is not the free-floating demon that I mentioned.
Yeah. I'm assuming from X's experience, this. I mean, I know I can slide past things potentially, like.
Yeah, sliding is just moving to the next level, so you can go ahead and skip this one. It might chase you, but.
And I assume it would also be my last action to look
Slide.
around and see what is on this level potentially.
No. So again, when you enter into a level, you kind of are aware of what's on.
Okay.
It's just the black ice.
Okay. See here.
If you want the idea that you're looking through, I think it's Pathfinder is the name of it.
Yeah.
That lets you know what's in the next levels.
Okay.
Before you move into them.
I'm trying to decide whether I should use sword to try and deal with the raven immediately or slide past it.
Your call.
Let's try to slide past it. Sure.
Entering into floor 3, you'll realize that there's a control node for a mini air drone.
Okay.
Specifically an Arasaka brand mini air drone.
Huh.
All right, X, your turn is completed. That's 3 net space actions. Letty, you're up. You've got a pretty competent crew of defenders here. This fucking messed up drone directly in front of you. How would you like to act?
We're gonna pull out our pistol and shoot at it.
All right.
I couldn't see what you did, but it looked cool. Oh, okay.
So 16 at point blank will hit,
Yeah.
and 9 damage will actually knock it out of the air.
Perfect.
So as the shield kind of goes up and the bullets kind of flare out to the side, you see Letty kind of scoop the gun out of her coat and then just pull the trigger, shooting the thing out of the air. Loud sparks and a bit of fire kind of bursts onto the rug, but not like a huge flame, just like a bit of sparks and kind of like a small like cinders on the rug.
Yeah. Can we make sure that these are taken care of before they destroy anything else?
Second shot.
And then going for this one.
All right. You kind of move to brace your weapon on Razor's shoulder, but he's already kind of moving. This kind of just causes a bit of a wobble, but you manage to get the shot off, and it hits. And looks like it is pretty sustainable damage, but not massive amounts of damage. It looks like it has a pretty solid armor plating that's kind of defending against it. The last one you shot looks like it's kind of been opened up, can opener style, by Razor's clefts. All right. Any movement? Pretty defended here.
Yeah.
All right.
I like this position.
Yeah. Reggie.
I'll let the shotgun. I'll let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the shoulder strap holds it.
Yep.
And then I'll just go at it with like a high kick and then a punch.
Okay. Free action drop and kind of move forward and swing.
Yep.
All right. So brawling or taekwondo. Okay, cool. That'll hit. And second attack. You get rate of fire too for martial arts. All right. Oh, sorry. This is evasion based. Let me go ahead and roll 2 evasion rolls. Doop. All right. So it dodges neither of them. So basically, you kind of jump up, kind of bring up an axe handle kick, and kind of catch it in the front facing. Causes it to drop its gun point. It kind of blares for a second. A couple of bullets hit the wooden floor, and then as it's kind of like in that position, you land with that foot, spin around, and snap kick. Catching it on the side. As it hits, you can actually feel the metal compress against the other side of the drone, and as it kind of compresses like a can, it flies and hits the front door and kind of just slams against it. Punk!
Is it still functional?
No. It literally hits the wall and just kind of drops to the ground like a debris.
Can I, like, as part of my movement, like, run?
You can't run because run's
Well,
an
not
action.
run, but move. And as I'm moving, pick up this couch.
No,
Okay, cool. Well, then I will.
picking up a couch would be an action.
I will stay in here.
You can move toward the couch and kind of drop behind it, and then next turn pick it up as an action, and then the next turn throw it.
I will stay in here.
All right. Reggie done. Razor, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move forward one
Mm-hmm.
and swing on the one that she shot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. All
Sad I
right.
rolled 2 ones for damage.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
great. And then the second attack.
16.
Okay, so I got to roll evade. I'm pretty sure the first one goes through, and yeah,
Okay.
certainly. And so does the second one. All right.
Love it.
So you kind of move in forward, kind of drop low, bring the cut up, and striking in the gun area. There's a bit of sparks that kind of fire from what you assume is the fire control system. As your kind of blade kind of clears that space, you kind of spin it around and slash it across the front, catching the like front nodule of it. You're pretty sure you dealt a pretty serious wound to it, but you're not sure. Like it's still floating. It still appears to be operational.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah, once I swing that, I'm going to. Is there attack of opportunities in this?
no, there's no such thing.
No. Okay, I didn't think so. I'm going to move back so I'm body shielding again.
Okay, kind of, and then just kind of draw back into a defensive posture against Letty. Cam, you shield up, kind of holding it against Letty. You kind of see the situation there. Do you have a pistol on offer or a weapon? Cam,
Oh, I do have a pistol.
if you have it, like it's not like concealed, you can draw that for free.
Yeah, but would you consider me having dodged all melee attack? Oh, I didn't take any melee attacks. They were all ranged, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to just fire my pistol.
Pull the pistol, kind of raise it up over the shield, and pow pow, using that as kind of a brace. Cool. Yeah, that'll hit. That'll clear it actually. So you kind of put the shield
There you
up, kind of lock it down against the ground, making a sturdy firing position with the
Oh,
pistol.
I can actually stow and draw the shield without using an action. So I could honestly drop the shield, pop, 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 and then pull the shield right back up in the same turn.
I mean, it's cooler to kind of think of it as like a bracing mechanism.
That's
but
fair.
You pop it, you shoot that drone down. You still have a second shot with rate of fire too. Shooting at this one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turning your attention, taking a massive shot against it. It actually causes it to backboil as you hit it very hard in its kind of section there. And yeah, it looks like it's pretty fucked up from that second shot. Cam done. It kind of turns its attention towards your kind of pack and group. It's firing at the first available target, which would be Razor, so it'll auto fire into that direction. Do you have a reflex 8 or higher?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to evade it?
Can I see if it hits first, or do I have to evade
You have to
beforehand?
roll. You have to decide whether you
Okay.
want to do it first. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
All right. So it
No,
misses.
no.
As it's kind of firing at you, you kind of back away, kind of pushing Letty back and kind of hitting against the shield, kind of pushing everybody back as the bullets kind of hit across the table, hit the couch, and kind of slam into the floor in front of you. You realize that nothing on the table seems to be substantively damaged by the shot. Kind of like a clean rip across the table, but you're obviously cautious of that after what Letty said regarding damaging product. Hungry, guns out, last target.
I shoot at it.
All right, do you want to move up or do you want to stay at that distance?
I'm good here.
All right,
What's the target? Like 20?
yeah, 20 meters.
Hold on, let me find my shooty button. Pew.
All right, 20 meters would be DV20. So you need a 21 or better to hit, and you didn't spend any luck, so those will both
Darn
miss.
Hell yeah.
Both shots fire off and kind of slam into the wall behind it. It looks like the metal kind of security panels on the window managed to take the shot rather well. And the drone's AV systems are still kind of like obscure or kind of messed up because of that solid shot from Cam. X back into Net Decory. As you're kind of sitting there playing and everyone's kind of firing outside, the mini drones, you see the red lights that I was mentioning before on 4 and 5 disappear, but the lock on 3 is still kind of present and the control node is still active.
Okay. I'll try to use that to turn off the remaining drone then.
Go ahead and make an interface roll. Yeah, so just the drone just falls out of the air and just kind of hits against the couch neatly, like a cat jumping into your lap.
You're welcome. 2 more burgers.
And at that, it kind of folds in out of combat into net space. So I'm going to focus here. Floors 3, 4, and 5 are mini drone control nodes. Mm-hmm. The Raven doesn't chase you. It seems to be locked in 2. Okay. If you move to 6, there's a password protection. If you'd like to break it, you can make an interface roll.
I will certainly try.
Success.
11.
You break it. Floor 7 is now available to you if you'd like to move into it.
Yep.
Entering into the space, you would see that there's a Hellhound present. Black Ice Hellhound. You would actually note that it appears to have, in its kind of AI manufacturer, like the way it's displaying to you, it is very much like a Hellhound, 3-headed kind of dog beast. But each of the heads seems to have like a hood over it, like a Reaper's hood. Yeah, that said, it is going to... Let me make sure we have the actions total. Control noted, slid, password. You're out of actions. So it'd go to its turn. It is going to attempt to attack you. So I'm going to roll a d10. You're going to roll interface for me, please. You got an 8. So you successfully defend yourself against the attack. And then on your initiative, you have 3 actions that you can perform.
Is there a limit to the number of times I can use sword in a turn?
Yeah, once.
Okay. Well, that will be 1. I'll use that for the first action. I don't know that I have a quick attack or anything.
Go ahead and make an interface roll.
13.
Success. And then sword does how much damage?
3d6 to a black eye. Yeah. Oop. Helps if I put a space in there.
Okay, solid. You would know based on Hellhound normal performance, it's probably more than half.
Yeah, and then I guess my next action will be zap, right?
Okay.
That's just a
Good
general
combo.
damage thing.
That'll fail.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll attempt again to get you. So go ahead and that's good. Go ahead and make your 11. Yeah, so I will beat you by a factor of a lot. So 2d6.
I don't get my interface bonus on that.
That's already in the roll there.
You got a 10 and a 1, which is...
Yeah, I know. I'm adding my attack modifier, which is 6.
Sorry. That's okay.
So it will deal 5 damage direct to your brain. Unless you're insulated, your cyber deck catches fire as well, along with your clothing. So your cyber deck is overheating. If you do not spend a meat action trying to put out the fire, you'll take 2 damage direct each turn during this engagement.
And I assume
armor
during
reduces... this, would I be like I've been standing right next to?
You're not important here. This is literally our fight. Unfortunately, you can't help him here.
So armor reduces that 5 damage by 4 to 1, or
correct.
Okay.
But the 2 damage you'll take at the start of your turn, which is now, that's real damage. That's not cyber damage. So, yeah, your cyber deck is overheating. It's hot.
Okay. So
You can take either a meat action or your net actions. So you can decide to put out the fire, or you can just continue fighting it until it's done.
I think I'll try to fight
2 damage
it
to
first.
start, and then go ahead with
Yeah.
your sword zap combo.
Check that. Interface 9.
Okay. That will succeed against it. So go ahead and give me the damage on sword. That'll res it. So you watch as the program deletes, kind of sparses out into pixelization, and in this space, this remnant of this space, you would note that there appears to be kind of an empty void of a program, and the program appears to be an AI. And you would see that there's kind of residual information that's left in this space, not a file direct, but it appears that this data fortress has been corrupted by an AI program, the demon that I mentioned prior. At current, it has not seeded into your deck yet, but it does appear that as you're kind of been dealing with the levels, it has been attempting to. So what you want to do at this point is up to you.
Can I... Eraser will just be for things checking after the fact. It won't do anything.
Yeah. Virus will purge this entire thing of everything that's in it. Okay. And it appears at this point this is a contaminated position.
Not really any information to drag out of here at this point beyond what I've experienced.
The demon that I'm mentioning, it appears to you that this is the Reaper that's trying to enter your cyber deck and take control of you.
Okay. Yeah, I will probably use virus to wipe this.
And do you want to spend any luck on this before you roll it?
Do I have luck? I don't know.
Yeah, should.
I have 6 luck. Yeah, this seems important.
You can dump all of it.
Yeah, let's do big things.
Okay, roll
it. I assume add that as a roll bonus here on this input value.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically see the program and realize that there's no way you're going to be able to contain it. So you just absolutely obliterate it and the data fortress. And as you're kind of like finishing and watching the kind of lines like on the loading portion kind of purge, you're kind of like thinking about it like, yeah, there was nothing else I could do. And once the data fortress is completely obliterated, you've deleted the entirety of the programming. You kind of like, and your wire kind of snaps back into your wrist. And Reggie, you're kind of looking in at him. You see the deck kind of glow, kind of orangey as it's like fucking around. And then he kind of... And then the...
Sorry, you cut out?
Oh, sorry. You see the wire kind of snap into his wrist, Reggie.
Are we ready? We going? We good?
I mean, I think the Reaper's not a problem anymore. I don't know what you guys were doing out here, but yeah, I found him and he's gone, or at least that version.
A version is gone.
I mean, I found a Reaper. I don't know if there's more Reapers programs. Sometimes there's 1, there's 100. I mean, they copied that brain dance. Who knows?
Anything
what else?
About styles?
Just those emails. It was pretty fun. Everything else was, well, a lot like me after too long of a night at the afterlife. Not a whole lot left there.
Is this door locked?
So if you go to the south door there, it is closed and it does appear to be locked, yeah. Do you want to break it down? It's not too hard to do.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. Yeah, so you succeed. It's not too hard to do. You break open the door and inside there's a bedroom space. Looks like the bed is kind of unmade. There's a bunch of different kind of clothing kind of laid out on this table to the north here. Most of it is kind of black colored dresses, kind of old styley kind of black dresses. And you'd see that sitting on the bedside table. There's a light, but underneath that light there is an agent.
I'll pick it up. Is it locked?
Yeah.
Bring it out to the guy that can probably unlock it. Like I found an agent in the store that I broke down. If you want to come look at it, X.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not more terrible stuff there.
The room space is also kind of it has a certain atmosphere to it, Razor. There's like a poster for like a Peace Corps kind of situation in like European countries. And then there's another poster that appears to be like a food drive like poster. And it would appear that like whoever lived in the space was very into charities based on the posters. And all the clothing that's inside of the dressers and like the closets inside of the bedroom here, none of it matches the clothes that are on the table that you see. It's like 4 dresses, kind of very much in a kind of black garb style with like white tops and the like very Addams Family.
I'll relay all that information.
A-line dresses, by the way.
Fair enough. Thank you. Sorry. I thank you for being very
Yeah,
competent and
John.
understanding sewing and the like.
Yeah, I'll give all the information that I got to the lady.
Okay.
I guess I'll see if I can get into the phone then. Or
Electronic security.
23.
Yeah, you're able to break the phone easily enough. Inside, you would see communications with someone named Gabby. You'd see communications with someone named Bev. And according to what you see on the text messages, it looks like Bev and this Jez individual had a meetup the night before the riot burning down.
You were asking for something about a Gabby?
Yeah, please.
It's the other side of the text messages you saw on her phone.
So nothing else.
Nothing else, really. No.
Okay.
Photos.
Really
or
no
anything
idea what
on
the
it.
transacting or.
It's the same kind of conversation. It looks like they were dealing with this brain dance unit, and Gabby was wanting to buy it for you, and she was wanting to sell it. Jess was wanting to sell it.
Yeah.
And the same brain dance unit that's in the room, or a different brain dance unit?
No. It doesn't appear that the brain dance unit that you are looking for is present. If you go
Did you
and
say there was one in here?
there is a wreath. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is there anything I can pick up out of that?
I would say that you can raw dog it if you'd like. Probably not the best.
That sounds like X's. No.
If you want to jump into a brain dance wreath without any kind of idea of protection or security, you certainly can. I'm not going to say no to that. But you would know that it appears that the brain dance unit does appear to have a program loaded into it. But from what you can tell, the program has been obliterated due to the data fortress's purging.
I'm not sure if there's going to be anything on this. There was an email from Lurch, right, Letty, that those fucking weirdos said that he found something strange on the brain dance he was copying, but it was no big deal. I don't know if that was just, a hiccup with the brain dance itself, or maybe related to the Hellhound that I came across, but we should probably be careful with this. I might be able to find somebody that can dig around a little better in that than I can.
You said something about the Hellhound, and do you think the Hellhound might be duplicated on this brain dance thing?
Well, this was connected to that, so not anymore, but it sounds like that brain dance has been duplicated more than a few times already, so I can't make any promises about those.
So this might be virus then.
Listen, I've been through my share of really messed up brain dances, but this one seems to have a little more severe consequences than some of those.
I don't know much about programs and things, but Hellhound, that does not sound good.
I'll lift up my arm that I'm assuming is still a little
Singed.
Oh,
Or-
scorched.
Yeah, if you want to try some really good ones, I mean, we can. I know a couple of really great places to.
Lizzie's bar comes to mind off the top of the head.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to, try some
I'll stick to
a little more exciting than
late-night
those
TV.
meetings. Oh no, you can actually like experience an episode of Hogwatch. Like you can. No. All right.
I have met my own fair share of cyber psychos. I would rather just watch it on TV.
I mean, there's some other really that's fine. But there's not a whole lot left on this. But somebody a little more adept at those than I might be able to get something. Of course, there'll probably be some fees involved with that.
You need the assistance then? I have very capable netrunner.
So, real quick,
speed dial.
Rick, real quick question for you. The name that you're kind of thinking of, I want to ask Joe at the same time. Which name of a netrunner is kind of the most competent regarding this kind of older tech? Do you think would be the first one that pops to your head?
Isurus.
Osiris? Yeah, so that'd probably be the one that you'd suggest to X here regarding this specific dance.
That's who I was thinking.
I figured.
Yeah. Assurus seemed very competent in the old style. Maybe she can take a look. Is there a way to email it or send it over to her?
I would probably suggest not doing that. It's probably something that should be physically given.
I will arrange a meeting then.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the aftermath, as Hungry, X, I assume Reggie was over there as well, and Letty are kind of talking. Cam and Razor, is there anything, or Razor was checking out the other room. So Cam, is there anything that you're in particular doing, kind of like in the aftermath, kind of scouting, scanning, checking, recording?
I think he's probably getting close-up shots of the damage done to the drones, and making sure that like all of the destroyed pieces are like just like getting sweeping shots that can be cut together well. So it looks stupid. It looks like a man looking down on the ground like doing this but like to try and make like cool sweeping shots, but it's with his eyes, so he has to like move his head.
Fucking
Like,
love filming B-roll.
that's what he's doing during this whole thing, because it like he's recording the sounds, but like he's gonna have to ask people later about what the fuck a hellhound is and what the fuck like.
Did he have too many of the
like,
drinks from the truck?
No,
Like,
he just
I've done that before, but I mean that's usually after like.
Oh,
six-
yo, dude. So I'm sorry,
what?
bro. I'm sorry.
Yo.
It looks fucking stupid, but like I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if I can't sell this fucking shit on Hogwatch, I got a boy who runs America's funniest drone videos. This shit's gonna be perfect for him. So we're gonna.
Oh
spin
no!
it up anyway.
Oh no! That one I have seen. Oh,
Fuck yeah,
that's-
dude!
yeah,
You fucking
yeah.
know that's my fucking boy, Bob.
Yeah.
You see the one where the drone flies right into that dude's nuts?
You know what's even funnier is the one that came like 3 episodes later, where the drone comes up into the guy's nuts and the fan catches the whole thing, so it slaps it a bunch of times. Fucking hilarious! It's totally uncensored too. If you go on
The slow motion.
Web version, it's
phenomenal.
So good. It's like a speed bag going.
Oh, real quick note, censorship isn't a thing. Like in 2079, they literally have hardcore pornography advertisements on the street. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so who picks up? Go ahead.
Oh, I know some people who absolutely hate Cyberpunk 77 because of that.
Yeah, well, whatever. They're
I'm just
prudes. Who picks up the wreath? The brain dance wreath. Is that you, X?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you kind of cleared out the space, you start to make your way out the door?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do so, in the center of the room, as you're kind of close to the door and all kind of making your way out, a hologram appears. Bright red, Grim Reaper looking features kind of just appears there, and it says, "Take it with you, but be sure to put it on."
Didn't I just scorch you?
And then it
No?
doesn't seem to respond. It
Man,
just seems to be an automated reply from the wreath being moved too far away from the D.
Sorry, is that the fucking hellhound?
I mean, bro, I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't.
Fuck yeah, dude, that graphic is gonna be so fucking sick.
That's the commercial spot right there, bro.
That's it. That's right. He's getting promos all over the place. We're gonna put that shit on billboards. This episode's gonna fucking
You've
blow.
watched us deal with Chrome cyber psychos. You've watched us deal with meat cyber psychos, but now cyber psychos.
So, like, as the hero that killed that hellhound, do you want to get some like C-roll of me just tearing it up back at Lizzie's?
I'm-
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that, dude. I ain't ever down to say no to a good time, you know?
Real quick note. So by this point, like after kind of investigating the space, it's probably close to 2 o'clock. About an hour or so, or about 2 hours or so, have kind of passed. I'm going to quickly just go from left to right on my listing here and just make sure like what the plan is next, and kind of also I'm going to open it up to discussing what your thought processes are on the job at hand. I'm going to start with Joe. So Joe, like situation unfolded, you're kind of leaving the space. What's your plan, and like what do you want to do next?
Contacting people. I want to get a hold of Guinea and Asuris, and then report back to Padre.
Okay. So regarding the Asuris contact, I can't really do that. It's a player character, so I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna write that stuff out.
Absolutely. And if Jijo, you're watching, feel free to post in the chat. I don't think you are, but that's fine. And then you said Guinea was the other person you were messaging?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then anything else that you want to kind of do in the space? You do know that the other thing that you kind of like... no, never mind. That hasn't happened yet. Okay, cool.
Before Hungry leaves, Cam is gonna try and give him a card and be like, "Hey, you ever need a fucking free gun? I got a couple. I'm fucking here. I mean, I'll shoot around whatever you fucking want me to shoot around, but I'm easy to be an extra set of hands for free. You just gotta let me shoot, bro. You feel me?"
Yeah. You're not too bad with that pistol. I saw you in there. I'll,
Yeah, dude. You
I'll
didn't even get to let me
call.
break that judo shit out. I was about to throw one of them motherfuckers if it came too fucking close. You feel me? I got you.
Yeah, same goes for all the rest of yous too. I'll have plenty of work coming up in the future. I might need a hand on if you wouldn't mind exchanging information.
Hell yeah, I'm happy to let that messages get out to the publics too.
Bip. If anybody else... Does anybody... Okay.
I'll exchange, yeah.
Access.
I like money and booze and food. The hamburgers were,
Buddy,
negotiate some of that.
you're passing it over to the Fixer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I believe this is your first like real Fixer contact. Like you're kind of tangentially aware of Fixer operations,
Yeah.
but this is the first one you've actually like come down from your Crystal Palace to kind of like touch base with. So
Ivory Tower.
your Ivory Tower would be more specific. Crystal Palace is actually a place in Cyberpunk. It's a
Already there.
It's a satellite in space.
Already there. Yeah.
It's real. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move next to Brent. Is there anything in the immediate aftermath? Anything like gear-wise you want to kind of collect from the space? You want to do any searches of the perimeter, or just moving on out?
After exchanging numbers with hungry. Razor's just ready for whatever Letty has planned next if he's going with it. He's getting paid to bodyguard and kill. That's the only thing he's really good at.
So I'll just go ahead and shift the arrangement. Elizabeth, you'd be kind of next on the docket based on that question. You do have an engagement at 8.
Yeah. At the morgue.
Yeah, and keep in mind,
Or about the morgue.
the Militech wants you to move a corpse out of that space. That's absolutely something you know you're not proficient in doing.
Yeah, and also probably would need a gun anyway.
Well,
so
on top of that, like just the I'm thinking about the like technicals. Like it's something you're not going to be able to do probably on your own.
Yeah.
So you might want to actually reach out to other people who are currently on scene. I mean, the fixer probably has an idea of how to do kind of smuggling shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so feel free to broach that conversation, or
I don't suppose, Hungary, that you are available at about 8 o'clock?
I could make myself available for you.
You are a flirt. There is a one more job in relation to all this. I need to move something. Do you know some people who could help with this?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you anybody you need.
Perfect. It doesn't need to move far. That is the good news. The bad news is, it is Jess. So, it may have a bit more high security. Need to move it from the precinct to Militech. They need to make sure there wasn't any tampering, if you understand.
Yeah, I got you. I know a good doc. See if I can get him. A couple other guys if you need more guns.
Guns, arms to move. I don't know specifics on how to do that. They don't have training for that.
Yeah.
okay. So we'll deal with the specifics once we get to time. But Dan, I skipped you to get to Elizabeth because of the connection from Razor to her. So,
Sorry,
is there anything in the immediate aftermath, searching the room, searching the space, anything you want to do, kind of like before you leave the space and move on?
Yeah, I'm turning the room upside down.
Okay, go ahead and do me a favor and just make a I think it's awareness, perception roll. As you kind of scan the place and kind of look it over.
And I'm gonna spend 4 luck.
Mm-hmm. +4?
Yeah.
24 then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, as you're kind of turning over the space, you do come to a point in the bedroom where you're kind of like, huh, interesting. And you find that underneath the mattress space, she does appear to have a very nice looking piece kind of underneath, not underneath, but like behind the mattress, in between the headboard and behind the pillows, like the lower pillows. The piece in question that you pull is an Arasaka JKE X2 Kenshin, which is a medium pistol. It's a tech pistol. And I'll get you the stats on that. But tech pistols are kind of the railgun style pistols that kind of have like a charge up value in Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. Hungry, would you be interested in this?
Yeah, definitely. I could use something like that.
It's a medium pistol, and yeah, I'll go ahead and get the stats out for you here in a bit.
Oh yeah, make sure you tell me how much it's worth too.
All right. It's not super expensive. It's about 800 eddies.
All right.
But yeah, it's a nice tech gun. Tech guns have a charge up value, so instead of like shooting it every round, you can spend one round charging it, and then the next round you can fire it, and it'll do more damage.
Oh.
Very cool.
And I believe this is what these bad boy. I'm gonna post this in Dark Skies General. That's what that bad boy looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're pretty tight. Okay, cool. And it has 6 clips of tech ammunition with it. 1 already loaded and 5 extra.
Nice.
Cool. Cool beans.
And you don't have to have any special kind of cyberware or anything to use a tech weapon.
Mm.
Just need to hold down the trigger.
And no additional info or anything around there.
Regarding like lore or like what do you mean?
Oh, I meant like info on Jez or
No.
Gabby or
She just
anything.
seems to have had a really nice Arasaka pistol inside of her stash, and also
yeah.
her drones were Arasaka as well, even though her mother is Militech.
Militech, yeah.
There you go, Dan. You didn't find your girlfriend, but you found a cool gun, man.
Oh boy.
You can do a lot with a gun.
Oh boy.
Yeah, fuck it.
I mean,
Yeah, it's questionable.
I'm sorry.
You try hard enough, I'm pretty sure you could.
I apologize for that. Okay, moving along. Last but not least, Cam and Tom. Sorry, so Zach, what do you want to do? Turn the room or anything?
I think the only thing Cam would try to do is take the extra camera he carries in his bag out and try and get someone else to film him doing his own testimonial inside of the room.
Anybody cool with that? Anybody okay with doing that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would.
All you gotta do
abstain.
is hold it still. Point it at me,
All right.
hold it still. I'm gonna do everything else.
Gotcha.
Cool?
What were you saying, Joe?
I'm just not involved in any of the camera thing.
I can't be on film, please. Okay, perfect. And then last but not least, Tom, is there anything that you want to do at the kind of climax here?
I mean, I'm assuming when I was
The
scanning, there's
Yeah.
not really any.
Nothing really. There's a refrigerator. There's laundry, clothing, some gear.
What's in the refrigerator?
Yeah, plenty of food. Good pre-pack.
Now, and just take some of that. You know.
Yeah, if you have a bag, you can just shuffle it into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, there's a duffel bag not too far from here,
Yeah.
so you can just shove it in there.
Yeah.
Looks about
Alcohol?
like a little bit, not
Yeah,
much.
All right.
But yeah, you find a good amount of pre-pack and resources to kind of keep you well fed for the next week.
I am still expecting a little bit
Per diem.
of a bonus for the Hellhound and
As-
the Reaper thing.
As he's shuffling everything out of the gun.
Hey, you got a hell of an appetite on you, kid. I like that.
Brother, you have no idea.
You don't get
You
fed
would
for
be out on the town one night.
you don't get fed for a couple of days. I mean, kind of take it out on the food they put in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So if nothing happens between now and 8 p.m., I'm going to go ahead and shift the clock forward. You're unable to contact many people in such short notice to kind of get them available for this portion of the gig. But based on what Letty has said, she said that she already has a contact in the Precinct 11, a Militech simp, as it was termed to her, whose name is Jonathan Biggs. And she has an appointment to meet with him at 8 p.m. She can bring whoever she wants because, I mean, execs don't give a fuck about other people's, concerns regarding who they bring and who they don't. But if you all kind of gather together again at 8 p.m., is there anything that you wanted to have done between, let's say, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m.? You're in the center city, there's shopping available to you if you wanted to buy some things, or...
Razor just go for like a jog.
Okay. Nice little run around the circle center.
There you go.
I love that.
Yeah. Gotta stay in
That's
shape, you know?
Where
Hell
where's
yeah.
Gotta be a
Joff-
ninja.
Where's the office that she worked at?
I'm going to go ahead and snap us back to the main map. So, regarding Jez, her office location, she was working for a small space up north. I don't have it marked, but it's kind of out that way.
Should we go maybe take a look?
You would know investigatory matters between corps is probably going to be a problem, Letty. Without kind of prior notice, just showing up unannounced is going to be an issue.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. All of us? I should probably be doing some paperwork on this first.
Not me.
Gotta be honest, that sounds terrible. I'm gonna go get a drink or 7, and then I'll see you guys a little bit.
Seventh Hell's literally right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's not burnt down anymore, right?
Never got burned down yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks to Hungry.
Yeah.
Quick turnaround.
That's a good point. I do have to visit the Seventh Hell as
Okay.
well to follow through with my lie.
Let's go. Yeah.
To follow through with your
Sweep it all up.
consistent.
Yeah, that's the point. Cam, do you want to head with any particulars? Muted.
I'm going to the fucking bar if that seems like
Seventh
the
Hell?
most interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Wilson's
Looking
not.
for fun times.
Razor, Letty's probably going to pass you off because she's going to her office, which is literally right down the way too. This is where she works. She's right
no,
there.
that's fine. Razor's still just gonna go do his like normal exercise routine and everything.
You're running. That's right.
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
gotta stay in shape.
Reggie, you're staying with Hungry.
Yeah.
So I'd assume everybody kind of just gathers onto the Hungry truck, drives over to Seventh Hell just down the way, drops off. Everybody kind of pops out. Max stays in the truck
We could
outside.
it looks like we could probably walk. I mean, it's on the same block,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, it's literally right around the corner. If you walk over that way, you enter in, you head down the stairway to hell, and the bar is currently technically closed, but the bar or the bouncer sees Hungry and is like, yeah, you're in, whoever you want. You head on down there, the bartender sees you and says, welcome back, my benefactors. What would you folks like to drink?
I'll have the usual, and whatever my friends want, it's on me.
You got it. Throws out the drinks.
Yeah, like does the same look right back at you, Thomas. Oh, what? Yeah. All right.
Okay,
We're doing
okay.
this thing.
We found the right crew. And you drink. He tells you that Wilson isn't in right now. He'll be in later tonight if you want to wait around. Probably around 8 p.m. But you say you already have an affair, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you guys spend some time drinking, hanging out, chilling, getting to know each other. Absolutely a vibe. Spend some time running around in a circle for Razor. Spend some time doing some paperwork. Nina doesn't really have any updates for you when you get back to the office. But eventually you all kind of show up at Precinct 11. It's dark at this point. Bright lights out front of the precinct. There's a hologram of the Night City Police Department logo that kind of spirals around. The front door is actually surrounded by a lot of people who are people who have been affected negatively by other matters in Night City, who've come to the precinct to try and kind of gain some form of respite through the people who are supposed to enforce the laws. But they're all pretty much barricaded outside of the space. But you realize that you have a means of entering, point of egress that has been made aware to you by Nina. You gather the group, you head on inside. You eventually come to a point inside of a very large cubicle farm where there's a guy who kind of says, "Oh, hi, hi, my name's Jonathan. Pleasure to meet you, Letty, right?"
Yes.
Yeah, Nina told me all about you. So, you're coming here to secure the corpse?
You could call it that, yeah.
Okay. Do you have a vehicle?
A vehicle, yes.
Okay.
I'm guessing that Hungry brought the
if you could,
This food truck has been like all over the place
he
today.
kind of looked at Hungry and says, Docking Bay 3, that's where you'll want to head out. And whoever else you need to help move the body, just have them come along with me. You go ahead and stay here, take a seat here at my desk. You're going to be the official contact. And he kind of looks at Reggie and looks at Razor. Those two look pretty competent. You two come with me, okay? And he points at Cam. You as well. You're pretty sturdy. And then kind of gestures to Hungry. Okay, so great meeting you. And kind of turns and kind of looks like he's trying to like put on a front for everybody else. And starts walking away from Reggie, Razor, and Cam. Do you three follow?
Yep.
Okay.
I look at Hungry. What do you think?
Yeah, stay with them. It's Sleddy's gig.
Alright. I'm on him.
The three of you kind of move with this guy, and he kind of like, once you get into like a quiet space, he says, I'm sorry about all the weirdness out there. It's everybody's listening. Nobody keeps it to them fuck themselves. Yeah, I get it. I mean, Militech wants what it wants. Smiles. Let's get it done. Punches in some numbers on a keypad. And then Cam, you have this recorded, by the way. Punches some numbers on a keypad, not paying attention. Opens up the door, enters into the morgue space. As you kind of walk in, you can see that there are floor to ceiling about 5 doors, and each one has a pretty broad name kind of listed on it. As you're kind of moving into the space, he kind of walks over to one direction. I'd like all of you to go ahead and make a perception roll.
Hey, I'm looking for Gabby's name too, by the way.
Yeah, so Reggie and Razor both see it. There does appear to be a Gabby. And I never got Gabby's last name, but that would be the name on the docket.
Yeah, I ad hoc'd it earlier. Gabriela Lopez.
Gabriela Lopez is a name that appears to be on the docket here. One of the individuals that's inside of this box is Gabriela Lopez.
Oh, Reggie just
Nice.
rolled it to 16. I'm sure it still makes it, but
Reggie rolled a 20.
that was for earlier
Oh, was
when he
it?
was searching the house.
So
yeah,
then he
rolled
didn't.
16 just-
He didn't see it. Razor's the only one who sees it. You see a Gabriela.
He
Lopez.
mentioned the name Gabby, so I'll point it out to him. You know, I'll be like, is that part of her name? And I'll point out the name to Reggie.
Dan.
Yeah. Oh boy.
What do you do?
All right. How was she wounded?
It doesn't say. It's just her name on a silver door inside of a
All
box.
right, we're looking in.
Okay. You pull open the box. Just not even paying attention. You see that Jonathan kind of walks over to you, places his hand on your shoulder, and says, "Hey, wait a second. That's not who we're gonna grab." What's your response?
No, dude, don't.
He kind of grabs your shoulder and says, "Hey, that's not what we're grabbing." What do you do to respond?
Who is
to
it that grabbed me again? Who is
him?
this?
Jonathan, the guy who led you down here.
Bates, our contact.
I need a second.
I'm sorry,
I know-
this isn't
I
okay.
know-
This isn't okay. This is someone else. We're not dealing with this. This is.
Oh,
Do you push him off of you, or
yeah, of course.
you shove him off? And as you kind of open the door, you see legs that are very familiar to you. Legs you've probably, seen hundreds of times before in intimate situations. As you continue to slide it open, you see that she's covered with a white sheet. And as you kind of pull it open, you see the tag there. It says Gabriela Lopez. Other information that definitely identifies her to be the person you recognize as your girlfriend. And you pull it open and you'd see that her face, cold, dead. You see that the interface plugs around her neck are bright, burnished black, as if something very deep burned inside of her neural link. Her eyes are kind of open wide, and you can see that the cybernetic implants of her eyes are kind of locked in this strange kind of catatonic state. As you look at it, Jonathan's kind of like, this isn't what we fucking agreed to, kind of looking over at Razor. We gotta move the body quick. We don't have a lot of time here. And you're kind of looking down at the body, just like nothing is, it's all just kind of like
Yeah.
sounds around you as you're kind of just staring at your girlfriend dead.
I'll go over to Reggie and be like, hey, I'm pretty sure whatever this ghost thing is probably what caused that, because you said she was looking for a brain dance, and He did make a pretty ominous statement about the brain dance being put on and causing a problem.
No. It's all
So,
it all comes together.
The faster we solve this is the faster we can kill whoever killed your girlfriend.
I'll zip the bag.
It's not in a bag, so they don't bag them up in the
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'll,
just
I'll
a sheet.
I'll put her back in the cubby.
Slide it closed.
The drawer. Yeah.
Jonathan's like, thank you. Kind of walks over to a different thing and slides it open, and inside of that box, you see another woman, almost exactly identical to the death method, like burned neck. There's a bit of burning across her body, but it doesn't seem to have been the cause of death. As a trauma team representative, Reggie, you kind of realize that. You definitely realize that the burning and the neural link and the burst from that is what killed her. This woman died the same way as Gabby did.
Okay.
This Jez that Letty was looking for.
Right. So pretty much, I'm gonna be following this all the way through.
You see him kind of, Jonathan kind of go, okay, great. So, yeah, just whoever wants to grab her by the foot, grab her by the head, take her on out. Head over to Docking Bay 3. He kind of gestures and points. And hopefully your friend there is there already. And just chuck it in the box. Get over to Militech ASAP. And anybody asks, Jonathan wasn't a fucking part of this, okay? And he kind of walks
Who
over
the
to...
fuck is Jonathan? Huh?
Damn right. He walks over to Reggie and kind of like slaps his hand on his shoulder. Hey. You want to move her too?
Yeah, maybe. I'll take her. Yeah.
I hate to be an asshole, but it's going to cost me some extra effort to kind of make sure that her body was cleared. So he kind of points at his palm. 500?
Yeah, sure.
You slap out the eddies.
Yeah.
Pay it. You grab Gabby's corpse as well. After putting him on the truck, throw it back to the hungry truck. Obviously, a code violation regarding food prep. But
Hey man, the burgers were good. I don't give a fuck.
Sanitize that.
Didn't even see it.
I don't care if they were people, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm not hungry. He's hungry, but you know, metaphorically.
I'm also hungry.
Meat
That's-
is meat.
Yeah, man. I'm not
The-
picky.
The Soylent is people.
Worse.
You get both of the corpses, Gabby and Jez, onto the back of the hungry truck. Letty, you're kind of sitting there at the desk. Eventually, Jonathan kind of slides into the desk and kind of looks at you. Okay, that was tense, but everything's handled. So I assume that our agreement from my benefactor to yours is handled here, and we're all good. We're all clear. I just need to make sure that this is kind of like an official setup here, and we're maintaining kind of air of nobody looking at us and giving a shit too much about everything that's going on. How did you know the victim?
Officially?
However you want, ma'am.
She is an acquaintance, I suppose, at this point.
You see him kind of typing on the computer. Okay. And you can confirm. He kind of slides the terminal he's at, so you can see a picture of her kind of like biochart. This is the woman that you knew, right? This is Jez Styles.
It's her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And just for official purposes, the cremation and departure being employed by your private industry, right, your connection, it's being taken over to Columbarium, correct?
Correct, yes.
All handled. Everything's punched in here. We already went ahead and did the autopsy. He kind of hits a button, and a scream sheet, plastic sheet, kind of prints out from a document, and he hands that to you. There's her full autopsy. And if you need any information, you have any questions regarding her demise, or you want to file charges against a known proponent of the victimization of this individual, please go ahead and report it here at Precinct 11. We'll go ahead and get that on file and get that handled as quickly as possible. I want to thank you for taking the time to come down here. He stands up, kind of like pushes his suit down, kind of doing a very official thing, straightens his tie, and kind of reaches out to kind of give you a handshake, and kind of gives you like a wink as you kind of shake his hand and says, "Have a great day, ma'am."
You as well, thank you.
I'll give it a shot. Desk jockeying doesn't get us many places, but vending machines are pretty great. Scratches his head and sits back down. You kind of shrug, head out. Hungry and crew have kind of boarded aboard the vehicle. I'm assuming that X kind of went with Hungry when he went to the vehicle. Is that sound?
Yeah.
Everybody gets on board. You drive out to the front, and Letty's kind of stepping outside at this point. Before that point hits, though, Hungry, you see them load both bodies. You would recognize one of them. Anything you want to say in that point of order?
God damn it, Reggie. I'm sorry, brother.
Kind of shake his head, walk to the car, and just really not say much of anything.
Yeah.
Get on board. It's quiet. It's tense. Cam, you're kind of like just looking at everybody's reactions. You've got an eye for this. This is a very tense situation, but you know that in the feed it's probably just going to be blurred faces looking at blurred faces. It's not going to be as deep as it is right now. This is the real shit. And you're like, damn. This is what it's all about. Life and death here in Night City. Truck pulls around to the front. Letty's stepping outside. Matt kind of says, "There she is. We're picking her up."
Yes.
You get on board. Everybody's on board the boat. And, yeah. Max starts driving. If he's directed to, he'll start dropping people off where they need to go.
All right.
But feel free to discuss if you want to kind of engage in anything in the epilogue here as we get into the end portion.
Well, Letty will start by sending additional funds to Razor and X.
1,500.
Yeah. Because she already paid them 5, so yeah, the rest of the 2K. Did that hit your account?
It did, but again, there was that hellhound and the fire and...
She'll send him over another 300.
All right, thank you. Gotta get some insulation. Hot.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to insulate your desk.
Mm.
Or just, secure it more firmly to your bodyweight suit.
Yeah.
I'll find a place to send the body and get in touch with family and stuff.
Yeah, you know Gabby's mom is actually still in the Glen. So, probably the best place to send it.
Yeah.
You start doing that. Do you pop off the food truck to kind of just start making phone calls? Kind of just sitting out in Night City, kind of quiet by yourself? Or do you want to stay on the truck?
Yeah, I wouldn't be on the truck.
You kind of just say, "Drop me off here, Mac."
Yeah.
Okay, Ridge, you got it.
I'll just
Drops
go
you
on a
off.
walk.
Kind of not too far from the city center, just parked out in some space where, pedestrians would sit. And you're just sitting there with the phone, kind of like building up the strength to kind of call Gabby's mom, Miss Lopez, handle your business. Hungry. Mac, under your direction, drives towards Biotechnica Hotel because it would be the closest place to where you were at. You'd see the lights of Night City in its most grandest location. And you would see the Biotechnica Hotel, a lavish-looking, high, kind of pollutant place of residency. And you drop off Letty there. Any parting words?
I'll be in touch real soon. It was a pleasure meeting you tonight. And a little bit of business we went through together.
Absolutely. I think this friendship will be good for both of us.
And if you get that meeting set up with Asuris, you let me know. I'll keep this safe in the meantime. I won't even charge you for that part.
You're too kind.
I get that a lot. Thank you.
Overhearing that, Hungry, you would actually know where Asuris lives. You know Asuris and Mortar's location, the brick and mortar. If you want to just drive out there and have him drop it off, you can. It's actually on the way. You have to go through Desert Delray to get back to the Glen.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And if that's the case, you kind of move up to Asuris's place very quickly, and in your own words, in the in-character chat, just describe this kind of dropping off of the wreath to Asuris. And then I don't know where X lives. Oh, I do know where X lives.
Yeah, you said it was in some building. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly which one, but
It's in Vista Del Rey. And it's not too far from here. So you.
I mean, 7th open for real now? I mean, what time is it? What, like 9 o'clock now? 10?
Yeah, if you want to pop like with any other parties, like Razor, who might be interested. I know Reggie's not down to party. Cam probably is, but if you folks want to just kind of like get together and like just take a quick metro over to like a bar.
Yeah, we've been through some shit tonight. I mean, there were bullets. I caught on fire. There was a spooky ghost. Some dead bodies. You know, best way to deal with that?
Drink it away.
That's just where we're starting.
Coke it away. Lace it away. Alright. So, yeah, if you folks just kind of like wind down in your party mode, I'm assuming Hungry is not going to partake in that kind of activity.
Yeah, I got some things I got to deal with.
You know, I get it. Business. You're running a business, but you ever change your mind? I know you got your own place, but I know some good places.
I have arrangements to work out.
You'd be gone already. They would have dropped you off.
Yeah, I'm not even talking.
Yeah, you're handling your business. Yeah. But ultimately it comes down to Hungry alone in the food truck heading back towards the Glen. Mac in the front, and he kind of looks back at you during like a stoplight and says, "Hey, boss."
Yeah, Mac.
How the fuck did they get Gabby?
I don't know. She got mixed up in all this deal with the Reaper program and Biotechnica.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can tell you, it's not the end. Especially for Reggie. We're gonna find the sons of bitches that are responsible for this, and we're gonna deal with them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking let's get them. That's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did. We'll pick up next time. We have an availability here at Dark Skies. And the Reaper story is not concluded by any stretch of the imagination, but this segment of it is. Thanks for watching. See you next time.